first time.
Fucking shit, this fucking timeline is lit all over. It's over. World's biggest Alex Joner. Holy fucking cow, this fucking timeline is all over. It's over. World's biggest Alex Joner.
All of my sexual fantasies involve handcuffs.
Fucking shit, this fucking timeline is lit all over. It's over. World's biggest Alex Joner. Holy fucking cow, this fucking timeline is all over. It's over. World's biggest Alex Joner.
All of my sexual fantasies involve handcuffs.
Fucking shit, this fucking timeline is lit all over. It's over. World's biggest Alex Joner. Holy fucking cow, this fucking timeline is all over. It's over. World's biggest Alex Joner.
All of my sexual fantasies involve handcuffs.
Fucking shit, this fucking timeline is lit all over. It's over. World's biggest Alex Joner. Holy fucking cow, this fucking timeline is all over. It's over. World's biggest Alex Joner.
All of my sexual fantasies involve handcuffs.
Holy fucking shit, this fucking timeline is lit all over. It's over. World's biggest Alex Joner. Holy fucking cow, this fucking timeline is all over. It's over. World's biggest Alex Joner.
All of my sexual fantasies involve handcuffs.
Holy fucking shit, this fucking timeline is lit all over. It's over. World's biggest Alex Joner. Holy fucking cow, this fucking timeline is all over. It's over. World's biggest Alex Joner.
All of my sexual fantasies involve handcuffs.
Holy fucking shit, this fucking timeline is lit all over. It's
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the latest edition of the Cider House. I am Mihai Shogor, and to start the show off, The Cider House Rules is a 1985 novel by American writer John Irving. The title refers to a list of rules the workers are supposed to follow. However, none of them can read, and thus remain unaware of the rules which have been posted for years. Welcome to the Cider House. I'm your host, Mihai Shogor, and that is a very fine cider you're not drinking, whatever that says there, and we are here. Haven't turned John's mic on yet, but he's getting there, and he's over there too.
Why
There he
was
is.
so quiet?
Because you didn't sit down and let me test your mic before we started.
We didn't do a mic check. Oh, there I am.
Is that me? Oh, hello.
That's you.
This feels
That's
weird to be sitting over here,
Yeah, a little bit different.
and I need to shave. I'm
Still getting the
noticing.
ropes over here too. And we got Michael.
Howdy, y'all. How y'all doing today?
And last but not least, we got Jack coming in from Zoom in his hostage interrogation meeting.
Guys?
How are we doing today, Jack?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Did you
Dark where I'm at.
sorry, I don't mean to refresh the Twitter window on the widescreen.
Yeah.
Is that done? Did the chat appear by any chance?
It's appearing for me.
Look, okay. Now.
I see like the live stream.
No.
There's no chat, pop-out chat, though?
Apologies.
I don't think so.
All right, well, we're not going to worry about it.
All right.
I'll see if I can figure that out while we're going here.
We are rolling, and we're doing it. We got a special Thanksgiving edition.
Yep.
What do you want to say about that, John?
I'm not running this show.
Yeah, I'm not running the show either. I'm just over here pressing buttons.
Yeah. Well, what are you thankful for?
Why don't we go to the chat real quick and say what's up to the chat?
Yeah, we should do that. I saw Zeb chatting in there. Let's see who else joining along for the ride.
Luke B.
Luke B in the house. Maddie England is back. Dylan is back. Crusty White Bread with the 6-month channel member badge. I know that because it's white. DC, there's never been a larger den of scum and villainy.
Keep an eye on that Luke B guy. I saw him saying earlier that his ban just got lifted 4 minutes ago, and he's going to make his wife ashamed of the 15 years that they've been married together.
Marie LaRue, welcome back. Why am I so powerful compared to you guys?
Yeah, why?
It's just
There's
all
Scully.
those cigarettes you smoke.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm okay with it. I think it's time to get the
it's not built like that.
Hey, Calais, what's up?
Calais in the chat. It's not okay to golf.
It's not okay to golf.
No announcement in the Gilded about the stream. No, so although that probably would have been a good idea. But yeah, so we're doing a none of us are going to be here for Thanksgiving. So we're doing a Thanksgiving stream for 2 hours at least tonight. Kind of spontaneous, but you should be able to see it on all the regular platforms, including maybe Rumble. Is that still going, or did that already shit the bed?
As of now, it's still going.
Really? Huh.
Allegedly.
You could type a test on the Rumble chat and see what happens.
You mind turning me up just a little bit, yeah?
You mind talking like a man?
Okay, well, you know what? Okay, there we go. Oh.
Markets and Motos in the house. The
Matt.
spotlight is on.
The spotlight is.
Anyway, oh,
Well.
there's- Mihai's testing it out, I guess.
I get there eventually.
It appears Rumble is working, so there we go. But Jack, I am all for if you want to kick it off with your serious topics, or we can talk about Thanksgiving first. It's all the same to me.
Oh, like I'm down to talk about Thanksgiving first,
Okay.
since that's sort of the main topic.
Shit, man.
Okay, well, then you're starting, Jack.
No, okay, I'll kick it off with Thanksgiving. I saw Mihai's extensive notes in the shared document. He's
Yeah,
going to
it
talk
looked
about.
like you had it covered.
He's going to talk about Thanksgiving as well. So the title of this stream alludes to it, of course, the Harvest Festival of Unity, LOL. You can pull that program scene up real quick if you want to, Mihai.
Working on it.
Thanksgiving is one of... try again. Oh, you're bringing up my actual links.
Yes.
One of many harvest festivals. A harvest festival, you actually go down, I'll just read this, is an annual celebration that occurs around the time of the main harvest of a given region. Given the differences in climate and crops around the world, harvest festivals can be found at various times at different places. Harvest festivals typically feature feasting, both family and public, with foods that are drawn from crops. It's not rocket science,
So
nor
the-
some great conspiracy. Plants are harvested in the fall of the year. That's when you have a shit ton of food to eat. You tend to have a feast celebrating that time. But if you go back to the Roman holiday, that link, the next link, the concept of giving thanks for a bountiful harvest has roots in ancient times in the Western world, amongst the Romans celebrating Cerealia. You can get there. I believe in you.
There is no link. It's just a
There is definitely a link. It's holiday dash
It is linked
Cerealia.
with an S. Oh, no, with a C. My bad.
Cerealia was the major festival for the grain goddess Ceres. I'm assuming. Maybe it's pronounced Chireus.
Cerealia.
So anyway, there's a bunch of these. In China, there's the Mid-Autumn Festival. The Jews have Suck It. Could you pull up Suck It quickly? We'll see how the Jews give thanks. They suck it.
Okay.
What are they sucking?
They suck it.
Crop
Sukkot, also known as the Feast of the Tabernacles,
in a kibbutz.
or the Feast of Buoths, is a Torah-commanded holiday celebrated for 7 days beginning on the 15th day of the month of Tishri. I don't know what month that is. It is one of the 3 pilgrimage festivals on which the
First month of the civil year.
Israelites were commanded to make a pilgrimage to the temple in Jerusalem. Okay, so what? Everybody got a Thanksgiving. And again, it's not a conspiracy. It's just you harvest food pretty much in all. I don't want to connect to the show. I don't want to do that. You know, you don't have refrigerators. You don't have ice boxes, except for the Eskimos.
Yeah.
So you have a bunch of food in the fall time you celebrate. In America, allegedly, that was in 1621. Contrary to popular belief, this wasn't an annual event. I don't know that. It was a 3-day harvest festival between the Pilgrims and the Wampanoag.
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 It's the Wampanoag.
The Wampanoag.
Okay.
Not explicitly called Thanksgiving. So 1621, about 400 years ago, and some small change, and a few farthings.
403.
They actually made a peace deal with the Pilgrims there for 50 years of peace. And then people misconflate that with
Suckers.
them later going to war with the Massachusetts Bay Colony, which would later become Boston.
Not all white people
And
are
they
the same.
were not the Pilgrims, no. So they went to war with the Indians, and then people say that the white people broke the treaty.
Mihai, or maybe even Chat, what becameth of the Pilgrims, the original stock?
What became of the Pilgrims? They burned witches.
They burned themselves?
The
Well, that actually sort of segues into another part of Thanksgiving history in the Harvest Festival. You know those crazy hippies love harvest time. Carving pumpkins, painting small gourds
You mean
with various arcane designs,
you mean those ladies that were trying
finding shiny
kill
rocks.
But also get the point across that this idea of this being the first Thanksgiving dinner is really a lie that was later created to fit a narrative.
There was, so from my readings, from my studies, from my dissertation research on Thanksgiving, there is no real true, what do I got? Am I not in the middle here? All right, I'll come next to you.
I think I can fix it. Let me do some tech wizardry here.
There is no real, yeah, we got this new PT0. Hey, camera. Oh, wait, there it is. There is no real first Thanksgiving. There were many.
Yep.
The Spaniards, I've told in Texas, that's what you call a Mexican if he marries your daughter. He's now a Spaniard. They had one in Florida in the 1500 and somethings. There was, of course, the Wampanoags, the Wampanoagios,
The Wampanoags.
the Mexican Indians of North America, the Wampanoags,
The Mexican.
the Incans of the Appalachia, as they're sometimes called. They had their own thing. There was
That's
other
nowhere close to
settlers.
Appalachia.
There was other times of thanks being given. This has been going on for thousands of years. Longer than the pyramids, people have just been like, thanks for the food. To some sort of
Deity.
creation, deity. I don't know what you want to call it. Turkey, eating turkey, that came from somewhere. For some reason, that part is esoteric, apparently. It was not a goose. They elected turkey. They elected for the turkeys.
You know Ben Franklin wanted to make turkeys the national bird?
Yes.
I did know that.
That would have been kind of hilarious.
It would
A
have been
total,
funny.
total different end of the spectrum from a bald eagle.
Ben Franklin, kind of an interesting guy.
Yes.
Yeah. to
He
say the
did
least.
things. They were momentous. They were at times electrifying.
Yeah,
That was
I learned this from
awful.
one of my other friends, but apparently he was a granny chaser.
Yes.
Yeah, the end
yes,
of
he
his
was.
career, he went to France and was just plowing through French MILFs.
At the age of 70.
yeah.
Like,
Esteemed ones too, not just the
Esteemed.
common girls.
these were high-class MILFs.
Yes. Top of the spectrum.
These were
Top
some
tier.
Oh, I unplugged my headphones, hopefully. Hopefully that's all that happened. Anyway.
As he talks.
Ben Franklin turkey. Where did turkey come from, Mihai? Did you do any actual Thanksgiving research?
I did into the actual American history, but I don't know anything about turkey.
All right, so maybe the chat knows. Maybe we can put that to the chat and see if they know where turkey came from. The wishbone tradition, this was interesting, came from the Etruscans. I say Etruscan, you should know immediately who came after the Etruscans and where, what geographical area I'm talking about. Do you know?
Are they Austrian?
I'll tell you this, at Olive Garden, you can get Tuscan
Oh.
potatoes.
Is it Italy?
Tuscany, a modern region,
Yep. That's in
is a
Italy.
linguistic
Come on, Roma.
remnant of the Etruscans who predated the Romans in that area.
Okay.
So, John, what's the deal with breaking the turkey?
So they thought
wishbone?
chickens had souls because they were retarded, and that's why the Romans killed all of them. But it became kind of like this thing where you would split it for good luck. So that wishbone shit, I don't care for it. But it goes all the way back to the Romans. Julius Caesar might once have split a wishbone.
What do you mean might?
I don't know if he really handled his own chickens.
He was too
no,
good for that.
Well, no, Julius Caesar might
Actually
have
kinda
because
makes
he had to unite. Like he was the
Jack, do
he
you
was the
think
uniter.
Julius Caesar was like a Tywin Lannister? Like, was he butchering his own deer in his opening shot whenever anyone, anywhere, for any reason met Julius Caesar for the first time? Was he butchering some of those men went after her of the time? She had the wappest of waps. And Caesar, Mark Antony, everybody. Anyway, they were giving thanks for Cleopatra's intelligence and wit and company. It was really her company that sold it.
Yeah,
that sold them. I
don't
think that.
she had much intelligence.
No. So anyway, the wishbone. Actually, that's genuinely was kind of interesting. I didn't know that. That goes all the way back to Roman times.
Makes sense.
Before predates Romans. It's the Etruscans. Modern day Tuscany. The Etruscans are to the Romans like the Olmec are to the Aztec. Everybody thinks it's the Aztec calendar. Nope. It was the Olmec calendars. You know how I remember? I use a mnemonic device. Have you ever seen the old Nickelodeon game show called Guts?
no.
Was that
The
a 90s
aggro
thing?
crag, where you had to climb the aggro crag.
No.
Oh wait, I'm thinking of the wrong game.
What's
not-
I
no,
remember like the
no,
brain. crash or
Rewind like
whatever.
30 seconds. It was not that game. The game was oh my god. Oh, the chat's gonna know it. It's like Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Oh,
And
do
there
you
was,
mean?
Oh, you remember that? And there was a talking head named Olmec.
Do you mean the one with?
Legends of the Hidden Temple. I'm almost sure of it. That might be a porno though.
Do you mean the one with
Like
you
50-50 if you pull it up.
Like the one from 2003 with you two?
No, from like 1983.
Okay, so I'm thinking
1993.
Very
maybe.
wrong game.
Are you looking this? Oh!
There it is.
It is.
Okay.
Oh, I was
93
right.
game show.
Oh, it was 1993.
How about it?
The shit that gets stuck in your brain. There he is. There's Olmec.
Okay.
It was a talking head. You would talk.
He would talk at you.
So the point of that, just
In
to
what manner? Was it a affirming way or was like he talking shit?
It looks like he would
I don't.
talk
He
shit.
just would like say.
He just talked
He was like a fortune cookie.
like the guy in the what's that?
So that's tying
car?
Thanksgiving together. The Olmec aggro crag talking head from 1993 would lead to the Aztecs, who were a metaphor for the Romans and the Etruscans, and that's what we're thankful for.
Okay.
Of the Mayans, Incans, and Aztecs, which one
I had one other random
like
fact.
the most?
I had at least one other random fact.
I'm not sure that was a fact, John, but all right.
The turkey pardon.
Oh. Okay.
Skip past a lot of links here.
I know. That's because I stopped caring about those things.
Okay.
The turkey pardon, which I thought has been around for a long time, not the case. Began in 1989, fairly recent.
Makes sense.
George H.W. Bush.
That also makes
He was feeling particularly guilty that year, I guess, and he needed a scape turkey. Not a goat.
You think that was a jive turkey?
I don't know why he felt like pardoning that turkey.
He pardoned it.
Considering he had the highest approval rating ever in 1989 of any president, and then he would
Probably he
go on to
was
lose.
feeling magnanimous, man.
Magnanimous.
Because he knew he was going to raise.
I guess there wanted. I think the chat maybe have mentioned this if you haven't, but the American Thanksgiving coming to the end of this journey that you've taken with me
This-
was what 1863. Abe the Babraham Lincoln
So there was actually a first one in, what was it, 1779?
declared a holiday though.
It was, so like the original iteration of Thanksgiving was sort of like a combination of what it is today and the 4th of July. It was a celebration.
Oh.
Just, crops are done. Let's celebrate kicking the British's ass.
Just wanted to party. I
It
think
was a one-time thing after the war was over, and Washington did it on the 4th Thursday of October, or November rather. I'm sorry.
Hell yeah.
And that's where we get the modern date from, because in the Civil War.
Wait, it was Washington.
Yes, it was Washington that made the first one, and then Lincoln, as a way to promote unity, post Civil War brought it back.
Because he had a terrible approval rating at that point.
And it was actually a different date at that time. I think it was like a week later than it is today, and then FDR in the 30s or 40s changed it to the date back to what it is now.
Fascinating. It used to be in December.
Yes, something like that.
You're just making shit up.
No, it was a week change.
Okay, so then
Let's
it
see what
would
it
be
says here.
early.
Oh, there it is. This is the Babraham, right? This is the proclamation, which said, I'm reading his, am I not reading his proclamation? Oh, wait, yeah, go down to the bold part.
I'm
I
trying
thought
to
that
go
it was,
to the proclamation.
it was signed or some shit. Washington, District of Columbia, October 3rd, 1863, by the President of the United States of America.
Wow.
A proclamation, not emancipation. Don't get excited. The year that is drawing towards its close has been filled with the blessings of fruitful fields and healthful skies. Those skies, healthful, the fields, fruitful. To these bounties, which are so constantly enjoyed that we are prone to forget the source from which they come. Imagine listening to this shit and you're like a retarded farmer who can't read.
Well, hold up.
Others have been added, which are of so extraordinary a nature that they cannot fail. They cannot fail to penetrate and soften even the heart, which is habitually insensible to the ever watchful providence of Almighty God. Okay, Cormac McCarthy, we get it. In the midst of a civil war of unequaled magnitude and severity, which has sometimes seemed to foreign states to invite and to provoke their aggression, peace has been preserved with all nations, order has been maintained, the laws have been respected and obeyed, and harmony has prevailed everywhere except in the theater of military conflict. While that theater has been greatly contracted by the advancing armies, that's really small, man. I'm dying. And navies of the Union, needful diversions of wealth and strength from the fields of peaceful industry to the national defense have not arrested the plow, the shuttle, or the ship. The axe has enlarged the borders of our settlements, and the mines, as well as iron and coal, as from precious metals, have yielded even more abundantly than heretofore.
That's actually what Abraham Lincoln sounded like. He had a very high squeaky voice from what people
That
said.
dude uses words that are not entirely necessary, in my opinion. He could have cut that down a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little.
Where is it? They can see your teleprompter. They know you're a lie now.
I don't know who you're talking about.
This camera is going to be fun when we get the hang of it.
Talking about me over here? I don't know.
2 PBRs and a Red Bull, huh?
Yeah. Don't be judging.
I'm not mocking that proclamation, by the way. I do think it's interesting to read that stuff and how it was written at the time and thing. He was quite a loquacious and eloquent man. He was like 6'5". He was quite skilled with an axe. I'm told he used to wander around in the woods of his childhood home, sobbing and writing poetry and swinging an axe.
That sounds about
Have you been
right.
there?
Was I there
Yeah, his childhood home.
while he was there?
Well,
No.
just after, wasn't it?
No, I don't think I have. Have you been there? Is it what you're implying?
Nope.
Oh,
Okay.
they're about to tell like a cool story about it.
No.
What about you,
I wonder what it looks
Jack?
like, though.
Were you ever there?
What's up?
Were you ever at Abraham Lincoln's childhood home?
Nope.
Okay.
Sweet topic.
I don't really see anything like I don't see why I would even go there, to be honest.
Look, that's
Okay.
okay. So we're 0 for 4 right now, and
It's pretty nice.
He did have a pretty crazy life, though. We could do a whole show on Lincoln someday.
Is that fireplace made out of
Yeah.
wood? You see that?
yes,
It's a wooden fireplace. Oh,
It's pretty crazy. Actually.
pretty pimp. You think he brought girls back to that place? Which one of those rooms? Do you think he snuck through that window?
he was.
You think he snuck
he
through
like
that
an
Pella
OG
window?
He
Just-
moved out of that house when
The
he was
single
like 2.
window.
He moved out of that house when he was like 2.
Yeah.
You
Wait,
only
John,
got one
wasn't
choice if
Abraham
you're
Lincoln-
sneaking out.
Wasn't
Mom's
Lincoln like
always
an OG
waiting by that
autist, Like he
window.
had trouble speaking
Well,
initially.
What's that?
Wasn't Abraham Lincoln like an OG autist? Like he had difficulty speaking.
I
I
think he was bipolar.
yeah, or at least depressed in some way.
Well, so yeah, he officially had melancholia,
Yeah, I was about to say a deep melancholy.
which is just what they called depression back then, but it was a
We should bring that back though.
diagnosable even
Sounds
at that
way
point.
better.
Melancholia. You ever seen the Lars von Trier movie Jack Melancholia?
No.
Melancholia. Wait,
I heard that
wait,
was a
that's
bad
the. Is that the one Bjorn the musical, or am I thinking of a different one?
You're thinking of a different one.
Okay. I am familiar with Lars von Trier, but I guess I haven't seen that.
Mm.
What's it about?
That wasn't my question. My question was if you'd seen Melancholia, though.
No, I haven't.
How do I relate to these kids?
Have you seen The Antichrist?
Have you seen SpongeBob?
I have seen that. actually.
SpongeBob is the best show of all time. One of the best
First 3
comics.
seasons, I'd say.
Well, yeah. I would. The first 3 seasons are like top tier.
You guys gonna watch any kneel ball this Thursday?
Kneel ball. What the?
Yeah, that's where they all kneel. The game where they have a ball and then they just kneel.
Oh, football.
Sometimes they praise Black Jesus.
That's a good Lady Gaga song.
The National Kneel Ball League. I've been watching college football this year. I know you guys
It's
have
great.
too. We've been watching Penn State mostly.
It's been
Fire
overall
James
great.
Franklin, but whatever.
Yes. Yes.
Can you do me a favor? Can you stop acting like Bob Casey and hitting the podium every time you have to speak?
I was trying to start a slow clap. What the fuck? You can't derail me like that. I'm not a good enough professional to even remember what I was just talking about.
Penn State
Yeah,
football.
well, John, you're just mentioning kneel ball. I think that's a good segue into how currently in the modern day we look at Thanksgiving, because it's not really the most popular of holidays. Like I would say most people either say Halloween or Christmas. is their
No,
favorite holiday. So
Jack.
What do you think? Why do you think it fell out of favor? In modern
Jack, I
times?
think you're very wrong there. I mean, because all the death fats love Thanksgiving.
All
death,
the what?
Death fats.
What's a death fat?
And basically anybody who's above like 300 pounds. So like if you're fat and you can't wipe your ass.
You've crossed the
Yeah, well,
event
that's not
horizon
really-
and
of
you
death.
can't.
You're so fat that you're getting sucked into death like it's a
Well, no,
singularity
you're
of
so fat-
carbohydrates.
No, you're so fat that
You will not escape the gravitational
can
well of
barely
fatness
walk.
that has captured you, and it's
Death fat means that you can barely walk. You're bedbound. So that's what a death fat
those
is.
don't. You just said two statements that don't mean the same thing. You said
Yes.
barely walk, and then you said bed. What is this scene 3 shit?
Because
it's
they're
too close.
Because
Use the joystick and at least come down a little bit.
like
Yeah. Ooh.
bedbound means you can barely walk,
Ooh.
if any.
Look
Like,
at you in that rule of thirds.
people can be bedbound without actually, being physically incapable.
If you're bedbound, then you can't walk. You can't bear.
No,
it's not, you're not barely. There's no more
because when it
bears.
comes to
There's no
okay.
bears involved anymore, Michael.
Okay.
You
I
are
think I
now
would cause it
No.
zero
but,
bears in your walking
Zero bears.
ability metrics.
Okay. Well, the point is, death fats. It's their holiday. Okay.
Death fats.
Yeah,
Yes.
I
Death
prefer.
fats.
I'm
What does
gonna
that even
remember.
I'm sure it is, but like taking Thanksgiving as an excuse to be a fat ass and gorge on food isn't exactly the
I really don't think
primary meaning of the
well,
holiday.
is-
It's supposed to be thankful for like your family and like past achievements.
Yeah,
I think
nah,
that's the
fuck that
reason
noise.
Why it's not as pushed in the culture as it is.
Well, Jack, I was gonna ask you: is it number one? Is it actually true that Thanksgiving is less popular than it used to be? Is that true?
I mean, like from an anecdotal perspective, I would say
Ah.
yes, because constantly, like, You know,
All
it's
right, so then
pretty
my
popular
theory on-
consensus, like people say, hey, like people are
Fat
celebrating
fucks, yes.
Christmas earlier in November compared
If that is
Thanksgiving.
true, except we're accepting that it's true, which it may be.
Well, no,
I mean, I think in politically charged election years, Thanksgiving is probably a goddamn nightmare for a lot of families. Is that, don't you think?
Oh, that was a good segue.
Depending on if your side won or lost, it could be either.
Well,
very
that's what I mean. Like,
entertaining or-
a lot of Thanksgivings are big enough that you're statistically going to have at least a few of, each party. A few.
Sponge
There's going to be a diehard. Uncle Steve, the homosexual Democrat. You thought I was going to make him a Republican. I know all of you did. And your aunt, Beatrix,
Ew.
who has a shaved head, and wears high-rise jeans and
And she's a
leather-
Republican.
a leather. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that actually.
How is she a Republican? Well, how?
Just you're accepting it. Families are weird.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what to
Well,
tell
it's
you.
funny you mentioned that, John, because in the news and various articles, we have people saying, "Hey, maybe it's worth skipping Thanksgiving this year because you want to avoid your evil MAGA Republican family."
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think most right-leaning people would still show up. I think genuinely this year, some left-leaning people will not show up.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Yeah, I
Well,
agree.
I mean, my thing is, I think that Christmas is slowly becoming Thanksgiving, and Thanksgiving's becoming more Christmas. So Christmas is bleeding over into Thanksgiving now, clearly. But then
You're giving gifts on Thanksgiving now.
Well, no.
You think that's just like
people are treating Christmas like Thanksgiving now? They'll gorge out a second time in 2 months, like pigs.
You think that's just like consumerism, though? Because
Oh, yeah, absolutely, that it's
turned it into a
consumerism, but-
month-long shopping experience from right now until the after Christmas. I mean,
Yes.
sometimes things aren't some sinister plan. Yeah, it's not planned from
Psyop.
the top down. It's just like we're dumb fucking monkeys who like to spend money, and they have mastered how to sell people shit.
Kale, that was for you, by the way.
What did she say?
The psyop.
Well,
Yeah, psyop.
yeah, and so if you're gonna go spend your money, they're gonna sell you shit. It's like diamond rings, okay? It's like the dumbest. They should be free.
Also,
You
for
can get them made in a lab. You can make 1 trillion of them right now and be done with diamonds forever for like 30 cents.
the
Sorry.
But what would you do with all those Africans and their jobs that you're taking away from them, John?
they can sit
What?
there.
I don't even. I can't
Displacing the
even.
entire economy of the
No, you
Democratic
have not
Republic of the Congo.
No sentence you said to me makes any sense at all. I can't even understand.
That's like liberal logic. That's like when you talk about.
Westworld?
That's like when you
This
talk
picture
about
doesn't
getting
mean
illegal
anything to me.
immigrants.
Westworld.
It's like when you
started out
talk about
so
getting
good.
illegal immigrants out of the country.
Yeah,
and
I'm
they
sorry.
say like,
I'm such an asshole that I'm taking away blood diamond
Yeah,
jobs from
it's
this.
who's gonna farm the crops?
LA.
Who's gonna get your food on the table?
That does crack me up with the deportation you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, who's gonna pick all the crops? It's like you are the slave owners. It's you. How do you not see?
The whole time.
If
It's
I
like
lived
Scooby
back
Doo when they
then,
rip the mask off the end. There's another one. It's a
Lord of the
KKK.
Ree, happy Hard M Thanksgiving World Champions. What are y'all's favorite sides? Oh, this is actually a good question. Why is stuffing the best one? Use this towards hiring someone to check guilty for John. God bless y'all and God bless the USA. Yeah, I've been
Oh, yeah.
a little behind on the gilded. That is my bad. We have big things coming though. We're opening up the studio officially at the beginning of December, so I've been a little busy, but we're getting into it. Our post-election.
Hypothetically, Mihai,
Chilling.
what would your favorite?
Did you do that? Did you do that? Oh, okay.
Hypothetically, Mihai, what would your favorite side be at Thanksgiving?
Yeah,
It has
that's
to
it.
be in
Lord of the Ree,
hypotheticals
thank you.
Now.
My
I mean, Lord of the Ree listed
favorite
it.
side
it's tougher for me.
would be stuffing if it's done right.
I
I
agree.
think it adds a lot.
I agree.
Or
It's a fair comment.
well, could we just take anything as our side, even if it's not conventionally a side, like
Oh,
say
God,
turkey
Jack.
and like ham?
Yeah, if you want
just
to
have ham
throw
as our
some weird
side.
shit out there.
Jack,
mean,
you're
ham
the one
is
that, you're
good.
the one that makes your mom cook ham because you won't eat turkey.
Ham's good.
Yeah, I've actually always
No,
had
I
ham.
love
I mean,
turkey.
ham
I'm
and
just saying, like,
turkey.
I
But
can
you
have-
don't.
if-
Do you
if
not
I'm
have
given the
ham?
option, I'd like to have both.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, we always had ham. So what is that? A northeastern thing? Ham? We've always had turkey and ham, and that's true in Pennsylvania and New York, and I believe everywhere my family is, I think they do
Well-
ham and a turkey.
I mean, that's what my family does.
They do?
Yeah,
'Cause
we've
you're
been
not
doing that.
saying anything over there.
Don't me.
Yeah.
Your hand in the chat
I don't know. I
says
think every
dumpling.
family's different,
I've
to be
never had
honest.
dumplings.
Does
at my
your
Thanksgiving.
family do a ham? Is the
Dumpling.
question.
Yeah, we
They do? Okay.
If you didn't eat Thanksgiving food, how would you feel?
What about
That
you,
was-
chat? Are you ham people? I'm curious. This must be like a regional thing? And if it's not
Yes,
ham, do you...
Spearhead said dumplings, and I've never had dumplings.
Ooh,
at my Thanksgiving
dumplings?
dinner.
What?
It must be a Chinese family or something.
Yeah.
My favorite side, it's boring. It's got to be mashed potatoes. I fucking love potatoes.
Do you guys do peas?
Yes, peas are good.
No, I'm asking, like, is that a normal thing?
A green bean casserole.
Ew,
Yeah, maybe
that's
not.
disgusting.
Well, I'm just talking about what people, but I don't think I've ever seen peas at
Green
Thanksgiving.
bean casserole, and then my
What about
mom
Brussels
always makes this
sprouts?
pineapple
Brussels sprouts with
thing.
Bacon goes hard.
Ham and turkey in Texas, says Austin Taylor.
Irish.
Peas. Irish.
Bacon wrapped Brussels sprouts. Yes,
I could
William
honestly
Campbell
eat
gets it.
potatoes like every day for the rest of my life. Yeah, it's maybe it's
Potatoes are fantastic.
just so goddamn good.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, Irish ham is Irish, says Marie LaRue. Interesting. Well,
I mean, I know something I won't ever have at Thanksgiving, and that's just personal thing. Pineapple.
PBR, yes, I'm Pabst Blue Ribboning like
Yeah,
fucking
because,
Dennis Hopper.
People will always
Like,
like have
explicitly on Thanksgiving, you won't eat it.
So I was
just
reading.
no, just in general, because like I can have pineapple juice, but pineapple itself has an awful texture. I can't have it. And everyone in my family always has pineapple included with the ham and stuff, and I have
Oh yeah,
to like,
fine, yeah.
ugh.
Yeah.
No, you don't like it?
Well,
No, not the texture. The texture, like I'll drink pineapple juice any day, but the texture is just downright foul.
Huh. What about like grilled pineapple though?
Oh God.
yeah.
The same
well,
thing with like celery.
You're a heathen.
Celery,
Celery's good.
kiwis, like ugh.
Celery is one of the few negative calorie foods. You'll burn more calories eating celery than it has in it.
Well, too bad it tastes like hair, like the hair that gets stuck in your fingers when you're at a swimming pool.
You got to keep
have
it
to, like,
really
rip
cold.
it
You
out.
put this, so you chop it up, you put it in a Tupperware container full of water, and you put that in the fridge. That's what you do.
And then
That was
what?
a delayed, and then you fucking eat it, dog.
Then, okay.
Then you dip it in wasabi,
Ew.
and then you rub it in sriracha.
You mean horseradish?
And then-
The green coloring in it?
Horseradish?
Yeah, good point. It's not real
Horseradish
wasabi.
is good.
Anybody have any wasabi on? So I'll say this.
We should do that. We should
I
start
am
growing
going to
real
be
wasabi.
not. I'm going on a first trip in a long time for Thanksgiving, and we are not going to have access to like Thanksgiving type food.
Oh no.
So I think I'm going to eat a steak on Thanksgiving. And I was thinking,
No, you'll find a buffet somewhere in Atlantic City, and you'll be able to just go through and.
Great for outing where he's going. Now some liberal is going to track him down
well,
there.
if you can find me there, you probably deserve, you deserve to kill me.
I was
Whether-
going to say, I didn't think that was a big deal, but.
no, it's no. Yeah, so I'm going to Atlantic City. Don't ask me why.
How do you eat your steak, John?
I feel like that could be a whole topic within itself.
Tobias, from
Tobias's
Circle Jerk.
mom is my
Tobias' mom is my favorite side dish. Keep going on ho-hos, Jack. Everybody knows green bean casserole is the
No, sorry. And
Jimmy B on Rumble for Thanksgiving. We do a Chinese buffet in Gettysburg with size.
Oh,
corn.
yeah.
Oh, dude, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
On
Okay.
you go on the battlefield and have a nice traditional Chinese buffet.
With the
This
ghosts.
is what they died for.
with all the ghosts.
Robert E. Ree. He is a Lee.
Okay. Well, we discussed the best dishes for Thanksgiving. Now, what are the worst? Like, what would you feed to the dog at the under the table?
Well, real quick. So, other what traditional sides have we not touched upon? Just out of curiosity, if there's
sweet,
any
sweet
potato.
potatoes.
That's what I was gonna say.
with,
Do you?
with marshmallow.
Ah, see, that was how they did it in Texas. Do you have? Do you do? Mihai?
Yeah, that's what they do with
Yeah.
mine.
You do. You do marshmallows.
Mm-hmm. It's like on top.
yeah.
Like,
What do you guys get for dessert typically?
Pies, dude.
Oh,
Pie.
key
Pecan pie.
lime pies were like on
Pumpkin
Thanksgiving.
pie,
No.
apple pie.
No, well, pumpkin pie. Okay, apple pie. No, again.
This was a big Texas thing. Have you ever had buttermilk pie?
Ew.
No, I have not.
Have you ever even heard of it?
I have not.
They love this shit down, at least in Houston anyway.
Explain to me what it is.
It's got like the consistency of pumpkin pie. It basically looks like a whiter colored pumpkin pie, and it's fucking.
Hot take.
I think it's like buttermilk and cream cheese and shit like that. And yeah, it's a buttermilk pie.
Hot take. Every pie, for the most part, that has like
There it
chunks
is.
of fruit in it is bad.
Yeah, it looks like like when it's whole, it looks kind of like a pumpkin pie.
Almost looks like cake in a pie.
I would eat that.
But damn,
My
and
go-to pie is always coconut.
looks
cream
pretty
pie.
good.
all the real country people in Texas, at least that I ever knew,
Coconut
they
cream, Jack.
love
Really?
buttermilk pie.
It's good. It's good.
Okay, well, I mean, yeah, that's fine. Mine's key lime.
We
always.
said
Key
stuffing
lime.
if it's done right. What's done right?
It just has to taste good. I wouldn't. It has to be homemade too. You can't be buying premium.
See, that's where I disagree.
Do
My
you-
mom.
Do you actually like the stuffing to be stuffed into a turkey?
No.
For theatrical purposes, yes.
No.
You don't like the added juices and shit?
No, because then you get the gelatinous stuff that comes out, and that's disgusting.
That's
When I-
the bird juices. That's the best part.
No, it's not. My mom tried to give me some before, and it was disgusting. It tastes like Jello, but worse. It's awful.
Oh my god, mom!
It's a texture thing. I don't like
It's called
textures.
stuffing because you stuff it in the fucking turkey,
You
man.
make it.
Mom, this is
You
what I
make
thought
it.
you meant when you said
make
I was
it
going
on
to
the
get
side,
stuffing.
and then you eat it on the side.
We've always
It's a
done both.
side.
We've always had two pots, and there's the fucking glorious, amazing pot of stuffing that was actually inside the turkey, and that's always been my favorite.
If it's inside the
Someone in
turkey,
chat said hair
then
pie. What is
Do you
that?
make your mashed potatoes out of a bag?
mashed potatoes.
No,
Yes.
I make real nasty in a good way. I'm saying nasty as black people say it. I make real nasty mashed potatoes.
Like in a good way.
Yeah, in a good black people in a black people call it would get what I'm saying.
Listen. There's also a white people way of making it. That's fantastic. I'm
Okay,
not
let
gonna
me
lie.
hear your incorrect way, and then I will not reveal the actual secret of the correct way. But I'm still want to make fun of your way. Go on.
Bruh.
Oh, I missed the hole. Carrying the show right now.
Yeah, you are.
It is.
Remember, I don't cook, John, for the most part.
Tell me your dumb potato. Tell me your fucking. I'm like in Fargo,
my
the guy who has
Polish
a really hard
father,
time saying
my
fuck.
Polish
Your
father makes the potatoes.
fucking recipe.
So ask him for the recipe. I'll send it
Tobias
to you.
from Circle Jerk 3CC. Tobias watches helicopter videos in his free time. You a meat spinner? Do you watch Meat Spin?
No.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Is it like Deadspin?
No. Oh, do you don't know Meat Spin?
Is it like a subsect? Or
Quick aside. In aside is what this word is. An aside, a story aside
Yep.
from the main dialogue we have going on here. In our case, a trialogue.
This is a good camera view for a side story.
This is a trialogular aside.
Okay.
I literally forgot what we were talking about.
The fucking the helicopter thing.
Ah, Meat Spin. So back somewhere in like the early 2000s, when there was this weird time we've talked about before. I lived in this weird decade or so where the kids were better IT employees than the actual IT employees at the school, and it wasn't really the old guy's fault. It's just technology changed really fast, and so you were left with these like 15-year-old kids who were really into it and knew more about it than whatever. And so back in those early days of the internet, there was also kind of a bit of a higher barrier to entry to using the internet. It wasn't fucking rocket science, but it was a higher barrier to entry. And there was these famous, like, you could count them on one hand probably, like these meme websites that were just egregiously horrible for one reason or another. Like one of the most famous ones was tubgirl.com. I don't know if it's still live. We're not going to pull it up. But the other one, which we found hilarious to send to each other as secret links in like AOL Instant Messenger. You remember that shit? You old enough for that? Probably not. Oh my
My
God.
brother used that. I never did though.
Oh my God, I'm so old. And so it was
That was a nice slurp into the mic.
It was meatspin.com. I believe it was a .com. It could have been a .org. It could have been a .net. There wasn't much else back then. Could have been a .edu. That came later. Meatspin.edu. And it was just two gay dudes fucking, okay? But it was like a close-up. And what is that position called? I guess you would call it reverse cowboy.
Yes.
And the dude who is the bottom, although he's technically on top, his meat is spinning. And it's a GIF, and it loops. And so we would make fun of each other on it would count how many meat spins that you watched it for. Of course, you'd be like trying to close it as fast as humanly possible.
All right.
And so the gayest kid in school had the most meat spins, and that was just sort of something we did to
Was
each
that
other.
you,
And you know
John?
what, Michael?
Was that you, John?
I'm thankful for the camaraderie we had, since that's the spirit of this episode. I am not thankful for Meat Spin. I'm not thankful for
Yeah,
Tub
you
Girl.
are.
I'm not thankful for Lemon Party.
I think you're thankful for all of them.
No, it was fucking... Now that I look back, it was mostly just gay shit.
Oh, really?
But Tub Girl.
Have
Tub
you ever
Girl-
Googled 241543903?
I thought you were going to say 2 girls, 1 cup, and that's another one of them.
That's awful.
That came later.
We've seen that.
Yeah.
That was later.
One man, one jar.
I'm glad I don't know what that is.
You could assume what happens.
Kyolis Rex 87 lemon parties are cool.
If you Google 241543903, it's just a bunch of people putting their heads in freezers.
What? Why?
I don't know why.
What?
Okay. Well, now we're.
Someone's head is in the
Yeah.
drawer.
This
See
looks like
that?
we're getting down some, like.
a rabbit hole.
It's-
Yeah.
I wish we could go back to a time where it was acceptable to troll people with meat spins and tub girls and lemon parties.
It just sounds like a gay
Maybe in
version
Trump's
of,
America it's
Rick
possible.
Rolling.
In Trump's America.
This just sounds like really.
Maybe
gay
at
shit.
the Harvest Festival of Unity that we're working on here, it'd be like if the Indians showed up with Tub Girl and the Pilgrims showed up with Meat Spin, and they were just like, "You're a fucking troll, you fucking you.
Is-
You're all right, you."
Is Thanksgiving going to get replaced by Trump's Great American Unity Party happening on the 250th anniversary of
Yes.
1776?
I think maybe.
Yeah,
How
but
we
I guess we're in agreement that Thanksgiving is not under attack, or even if
I don't even want to
people
know
try,
what that is.
try to get outraged over it.
Well,
it's-
technically,
it's
the 50-year
hard.
peace deal has run up. So we should keep our eyes open at least.
The what?
The Wampanoag might come back.
The Wampanoag.
Yeah.
Hey.
The deal's up, so they could get us anytime they want.
My camera. The camera's unfocused.
Oh, could you step in there and
Why does it have Hebrew on the bottom
am I
of it,
at-
too?
What?
have you been jiggling a lot or something, bro? Why'd you get out of
Jiggling?
focus? It's autofocus.
There's a joke that could be made there.
Look at your hold the no, it's autofocus. So hold the that little shit, I don't know how to describe this. There you go.
Okay.
You got it.
Hell yeah.
Good enough. That shit'll go away. That shit'll go away. We're professionals here.
Do it live.
Look at that histogram. You're a little high in the we might need to open up your or our aperture.
Okay.
You're pretty bright though. We got good lighting. Got good lighting on us here.
Yeah, we do. Jack has some lighting on him as well.
Yeah, some.
It's good enough.
Of course, Mihai's finally well lit. The moment I'm not sitting in that chair anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, so which one of us?
Just
Okay,
attracts to me.
which one of us has the porn mustache though? Because 3 out of the 4 of us have.
They're
facial
talking about you. Just to be clear, I think it's.
Okay.
Is that what they're saying? You have a porn mustache?
I don't know.
It's either me or Mihai.
Because one of us has a
gonna
porn
tell you.
stash and
They're
one of
gonna
us
tell you
has a
whether you like it or
pedo
not.
stash.
Mine's not a pedo stash. Mine's a good stash.
Oh,
I have a good mustache.
I should have shaved. That's my bad. Yeah, haircut too.
Oh.
I'll do that all before the trip. Should we pull up the chat quickly? See what's going on with the chat. See if they have any side recommendations. Oh, so yeah. Were there any other weird sides out there that we have not yet touched upon? Cranberries. You know what we
Disgusting.
always did?
Collard greens.
We did. You know, have you ever seen canned cranberry juice?
You just slice them
Like,
up.
yeah. You
That's
know-
white trash, dude.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
My
That's
parents all-
nasty. That's fucking nasty.
Wait, no, the canned cranberry stuff,
Yeah.
the gelatin stuff.
Yeah.
That's the only
and
cranberry
they just slice
shit.
them up into like bologna
Wait,
slices.
Yeah, that's
Wait,
it's
yeah.
ghetto, dude.
Wait,
Yeah.
that's white trash.
I used to, yeah, you'd see the like ribs of the can
Yeah,
imprinted on the
yeah.
side of your slice. Dude, it's not classy.
we have it every year.
No, real
We
cranberry.
have
It's
every
like,
year.
It's like
It's gotta be mashed.
Yeah, it's like mashed up, real
And
shit.
homemade.
Listen, that's the only cranberry shit I like. I hate actual cranberries. They're disgusting.
David Olderking, the cran log. There you go. Yeah, it comes out of the can in like a log. It's just a Jello can shape.
I am
Yeah,
proudly
it's
white trash.
disgusting. I don't understand. how
Bacon
they
not.
do
wrapped
that.
figs. That sounds good, but I've never seen that at Thanksgiving.
Make it turn.
Most things wrapped in bacon are pretty good.
Okay.
I disagree. Actually, I think we just do too much. Like I don't even like bacon wrapped scallops.
Ew. What the hell is that?
What?
It's a scallop wrapped in bacon, Michael.
I don't know. Maybe it sounds like exactly what I just said.
I would not have that. Same thing with oysters.
I can't do. I
oysters.
grew up
I
too
love
far away
oysters.
from the sea to ever really like seafood, other than
Oysters are good.
I can't do it, man. I just eat a big bowl of snot.
Kale, it's Sheets, not Wawa. Scratch that out.
I have come to like crab cakes as long as it's fried like
Crab
a
and
motherfucker.
lobster.
No,
Crab
the
and
cake.
lobster
Crab
are
cakes.
Just the
great.
cakes.
Really, you can't do the.
I will say this.
You gonna get that fancy steak ears Oscar style?
The same guy who told me that when your daughter marries a Mexican, you call him a Spaniard. I was fishing with him out on the Gulf of Mexico one time. True story.
Oh boy.
When I moved down there, and we caught king mackerel, kingfish, and we took them back to the dock, and we chopped them up there. They have one of those 4-point star skeletons, so you just get like 4 big fillets out of it. Came home, cooked it in butter. It's like a white meat, like it's like chicken. Tasted like chicken, and I was like, didn't get sick, whatever. So literally ate it like 3 hours after I caught it. And I have a feeling if I ate seafood like that, I would probably like it. But
You ever had swordfish?
I don't know that I have.
Swordfish is pretty good. It doesn't have much fish taste like, and you can kind of just like marinate it and stuff.
Well, so I'll eat. Do you like sushi? I've come to
do.
like sushi
Yes,
quite
I
a bit.
love sushi.
Like the raw kind though.
I like both kinds.
Yeah.
The nigiri or whatever.
Yeah. I like both the like
The what?
non-official sushi, you know, the Americanized version of it, I guess, and the official kind. I'm not picky. I like both kinds. And that's the only thing I will accept
He eats his-
from
He
Japan.
eats the whole roll in one bite.
Actually, I have downed before 5 rolls. I'm
So
not
I-
even joking.
We should switch to, and I think it's a good topic, and I have a good way to start it. But like weirdest or worst things you've ever seen at a Thanksgiving, and I have a good one.
Glenn Hughes mustache. Now I need to see.
So in Texas, I went to this Thanksgiving, and it was hosted by this sweet old lady
Linda Love.
who
That's an
was
interesting
not
idea.
fully all there anymore. And if you've ever gone to a grocery store to the deli where they cut up lunch meat for you, and you've seen like the big processed lunch meats, and you know there's like ham, you know, and then there's turkey.
Yes.
She bought a lunch meat turkey, solid piece,
Ew.
and then baked it for like 7 hours. It was the grossest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. We're like, why the fuck did you do that? And she's like, they said they'd slice it for me already. It was a sliced, like 2 or 3 pound of like that processed hot dog turkey.
Yeah. Yeah. It just like comes in a cube.
And then she baked it for like,
I would
it was tough.
That's hilarious.
And she made a bunch of other
Did you
stuff,
try-
and
you
it
tried
was
it?
bad. No, yeah, well, I like pretended to eat a piece, yeah. And everything she made was in some weird, like, demented way, like, was just missing. It was just weird, yeah. That was a fun thing.
I'm one of those kinds of people. I'm not gonna lie. Where like if you make something disgusting and I can't eat it, I'm not gonna eat it. Like
She
I know
literally
that
had,
there's-
like, she was, like, incoherently Alzheimer's. You could have said that. It would have made no difference. She would have been like, eat it anyway.
Well, no. What I'm saying is I don't care about like when it comes to class, when that sort of stuff. I would just be like, I can't eat this. Sorry.
It
I
wasn't
just
a
can't
class.
eat it.
She wasn't saving money. She had money. She just was insane.
No, class isn't like being polite. Like, okay, now you're
Oh,
just,
like, yeah, like gravitas.
yeah,
Is that the word? Mihai,
sure.
pull up Internet 3 and do define gravitas.
Define gravitas. Okay, Google.
It's not. You're not gonna be able to voice command that shit.
Yeah, that was. I don't know what that was.
Alexa, define gravitas.
Just type
Jesus.
dignity, seriousness, or solemnity of manner. What were we talking about? I'm sure that was it. Whatever it was we were talking about, that word was perfect.
Okay, but also class. Could
Oh
have
my
fit there,
God.
too.
I wouldn't have expected this.
The media seized on that word.
Seized.
It's confusing.
Okay.
What
year?
happened in 1989?
Things got really grave.
Circle jerk 3cc. Honestly,
Wars.
glazed ham should replace turkey.
Middle East.
I could agree with that. I could
Glazed
agree
ham
with
should
that.
replace turkey.
I would agree with that.
Ham is pretty fucking good.
I like turkey. I like the dark meat. You guys like the dark meat?
I'm not a
Yes,
not
dark
a fan
meat
of the
guy.
dark meat. Not a fan.
Really? I can't deal with like this, especially with chicken.
I have
when
like a
it's-
Garcia effect with dark meat, so I used to watch Iron Chef all the time, like the old.
John's
school.
plate is just sliced dry white meat, mashed potatoes, stuffing, no gravy.
It's just
No gravy?
The driest
it's like
turkey.
roasted paper.
No gravy.
No, they always. So the main meal that all the judges would always say they loved on Iron Chef was duck confit, fried duck. And I finally had the chin. Duck is like all dark meat. Or that's what it is. So I finally had it, and I paid like fucking $80 for it, and it sucked. And I'll never eat dark meat again.
Okay.
I like
Just wanted
that
to
shit.
tell that story real quick.
I like that shit. There was this
You like duck?
yeah, there was family friends.
Really?
Family friends of ours down in DC that lived by this Chinese place in a strip mall. And it was
That explains a lot.
so good though.
Are we talking about duck or
They
cat
just
right now?
Bring out a whole fried duck on a
It
platter.
was probably a
Was it Peking duck? Did they fried the skin like 7 times?
Yeah,
Shit does look pretty good.
it's good, dude.
okay.
Except you cut into it, and it's just like National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation with the
Oh,
turkey, and
that
it's
is a
Oh, it's all
fantastic.
green
There's
inside.
there's nothing in
Great
here.
movie. That is one of the best movies
Yeah,
of all time.
that's Peking duck, I think. Yeah, where it's like air filled.
National Lampoon's is a peak movie.
What time is it?
Christmas
It
Vacation
is
specifically one of the greatest Christmas movies of all
6:56.
time.
I agree.
I'm really tempted to light up that church warden pipe in here.
Jesus Christ.
Church ward. I don't know. I've ever heard anyone describe it as such.
Isn't that what you call it, or a Sherlock pipe, or whatever?
Gandalf pipe is what I would
Yeah,
say.
exactly. It's a Gandalf pipe.
You're a Gandalf pipe.
Oh, thank you. Fuck. I'm kidding.
What
Love you, John.
what character would we be in Lord of the Rings?
I hate you. What?
Oh,
At a Lord of the Rings Thanksgiving,
In a Lord of the Rings Thanksgiving, which character?
what
would we
kind
each
of
be?
food did they? What kind of sides did they have in the Shire?
Who's bringing the mead?
What kind of half shot?
Well-
Never had mead, man. Have you had mead?
I have not.
I've always
Is
wanted
that
to
still
try
a
it.
thing?
if we were going to be characters,
It's fermented honey, right? True mead.
I think that sounds right.
if we were going to be characters,
I would obviously be Aragorn.
What is happening in the chat
okay,
right now?
Jack, I would have said the same thing, but realistically, I know that I'd probably end up fucking Sam. But I'd much rather be Aragorn than Sam.
I know who.
I think we should try the pipe in here and see if the sprinklers go off.
Go for it, but I know who you.
Actually,
would be.
no, John would be Gandalf.
No,
John would be Gandalf.
Don't get.
John would be Boromir.
You don't have to.
First chance he
Boromir?
gets, he would try and kill me.
I would be the fucking orc that killed Boromir, bro. I wouldn't be protecting no hobbits.
Actually,
While Jack and
Mihai
Mike are
looks like
throwing rocks at it.
you guys are the hobbits, all right? I'm Aragorn.
Mihai looks like Mihai looks like Boromir. I'm not even gonna lie. Like Mihai.
Like
Nah,
Sean Bean.
you're-
I look
Yeah.
like Sean Bean. I'll take that.
You're Samwise.
One does not simply tell me what the fuck I am, Michael.
Then I just said
You're Samwise.
Yes.
Yeah.
Again, I would have much rather been Aragorn, but you know, I know
You
people
You
will
better
probably
be
see
thankful
me
what
as
you're got-
Samwise.
what you're getting, Michael, because the chat's just gonna call you Gollum. That gets
Yeah, I was
long.
gonna say he's Gollum.
Honestly, Jack, I'm sorry. You look the most like Gollum here, so you might have to throw that back on yourself, bud.
No.
Aggressive.
Lord,
Hey, a lot of hate in this room right now.
yeah.
Nobody wants to be
of hate.
Legolas.
Well, you know,
Legolas is cool.
Legolas,
yeah.
Legolas and Gimli are good backups. They are good backups to Aragorn. They're actually. Do you want to know who I would be? Theoden.
All right, so
They
You kind of look like Sean Austin.
we've
these days.
gone more than 60 minutes without me smoking a cigarette, so I'm gonna have to go do that right now. That or the
Bring the pipe in here.
Smitty Vid Studios,
Vid
like the
Studios.
Gandalf
Like-
pipe.
Like
bring
the
it in.
Gandalf Five. Hell yeah.
Bring it here, yeah.
All right, let me go look.
Fine.
I'll go grab.
Keep your secrets then.
You gotta control this show.
I'm gonna control the show. I'm in charge now, and just gonna keep the camera on myself. I'm just gonna talk to them about things that really drive me crazy.
Okay, here
so,
we go.
Michael, what is the best show
not.
and why is it Rings of Power?
Okay, Rings of Power. You know what? I'm gonna die on this hill. Rings of Power is not as bad as it could be. I kind of like Rings of Power. Season 2 was better than Season 1.
Haven't seen a lick of it.
So as long as this trajectory keeps going, by the end of the show, it should be good. So there's that. I don't really get like. It's not as bad as it could be. It could be even worse than it already is. Well, it could be Acolyte levels of bad. So I'm glad it isn't.
I haven't seen The
Anyways.
Acolyte. I haven't seen Rings of Power. I haven't seen
Don't watch
The
The
Hobbit. I haven't seen
Don't watch The Acolyte because The Acolyte is the worst Star Wars thing ever made. Now
Is The Hobbit any good, Jack?
The Hobbit, like the original Hobbit movies, you should watch the animated version.
No.
With Rob Belinsky. Like, those are, like I saw those when I was a kid, and so it's probably nostalgia speaking, but
It is.
watch those and then watch the live action versions and see which one you prefer.
No.
Is it before or after Lord of the Rings?
It's
Time-
before Lord of the Rings. It's a
Interesting.
prequel. It follows William Shatner, a young Gollum, Jack the Hooker Hunter.
I'm not gonna lie. If you want to get back into Star Wars TV, Mihai, watch
I never
watch
was into
Andor.
it, so
Andor.
Andor.
Especially with season 2 coming out this spring. I feel like I'm a bit loud.
Yeah. Did you guys?
Thank you.
Did you guys like the original Gladiator movie?
I did. That's like one of the greatest movies of all time.
I still haven't seen
I
it.
saw Gladiator 2, and I thought it was underwhelming, honestly. I'm not going to spoil anything, but...
I haven't
I
seen.
mean, it sounds about right.
I
They
haven't
made
seen
the
the first
second
one.
one 15 years after the first one came out or whatever.
When I watched it, I was disappointed because it's just a watered-down version of the original. I'm just like, okay, we're just going to go through all the same... It's just a retread of all the same plot points again, but with a different cast. I'm just like...
Here's a good question for you, Jack.
disappointing.
What is a better movie, Troy or Gladiator?
I haven't seen Troy.
You've
so
never
I guess
seen
Gladiator.
Troy. You
How
should
about
watch
the 300?
Troy's a good
Have you
movie.
seen Ben-Hur?
How about 300?
No.
300 was great.
300 is
Have
good,
you
but
seen
it's kind of
Ben-Hur?
different. I have not.
Ben-Hur.
Ben-Hur is like clear as Gladiator. You check that out.
I still haven't seen the original Gladiator. I heard the second one was okay. I haven't heard it was terrible, but I'm not that interested, especially with the other demonic movie out in theaters at the same time that I will never
Which
go
is?
see. What's it? Wicked. Wicked's demonic. I will never see that movie.
Did you hear that's a part one? It was it was revealed that it was a part one.
Fuck's sake. I hope it crashes week 2. Like that movie doesn't deserve
It's
to make
basically
money.
doing good so far.
Yeah,
the
I
box
know.
office.
It's irritating. I follow box office money stuff, and I'm like, how is anyone watching this? It's only like horribly gay people and women that want to go watch that movie. Like, no dude I know wants to go watch that movie for obvious reasons, and also it's all predatory.
From Lord of the Rings of Power is objectively dog shit. Somehow worse than the live action Hobbit movies, and that's saying something. The writing, the acting, effects, all F tier faggotry. Read the Silmarillion.
I agree. Like,
It's the
that was,
Silmarillion.
That was
It's set
Tolkien's
the
last major
Silmarillion.
book, and it's really good.
That's the book?
It
I have
extends
never
the
been
whole
able to
Lord
make
of
it
the
through.
Rings.
I've never been able to make it through a Tolkien book. I've had to read the audio books because like the way he writes is very descriptive, which I like, but it's almost too much, especially in some of the books he didn't finish. So I've had to read audiobook versions to get through the Silmarillion. I
What's
did
going
like
out
it,
with
though. I did
Game
like
of Thrones? Has George R. R. Martin
Yeah, are you
ever...
more of a George R. R. Martin?
Oh
kind of
yes,
guy,
easily.
Michael?
Okay. I like. Okay, Lord of the Rings itself as the movies are better than probably. Oh, that's difficult. I like them both for different reasons. They're both top
Yeah.
tier.
Because George R. R. Martin was inspired by Tolkien through his work, but he wants to. He disagreed with Tolkien's outlook,
Well,
I
yeah,
guess.
because-
So he wrote it to be like a counter to
Well,
Tolkien's world.
because he's an atheist and Tolkien's a Christian. That's why.
Yeah.
Like, I enjoy I enjoy everything but season 8 of the actual live action stuff. Even season 7 had its moments where I kind of was like, okay, that's cool.
Yeah,
and then
Game of Thrones had like a high quality drop because it started
After s-
catching up to the books, and HBO
after season
wanted them to
6,
finish
season 6
it.
was the last good
show.
one. I basically stop after season 7 watching that when I rewatch it, and then I go back and I start House of the Dragon, which season 1 was fantastic, and season 2 I will still say is good. I would die on that hill. Season 2 was good. There were some iffy moments in season 2, but nothing nearly as bad as the end of Game of Thrones. Like, and some of those episodes, like episode 4, what was the title of that episode where the Dance of the Dragons? The first dance happens in that episode. Jack, what's that episode called? Do you remember?
Dance of the Dragons.
The first one, episode 4. It's where not Reyna, with the old lady, Corliss's wife. She gets nuked, and she dies.
Who
Episode
killed
4.
her? Like, remind me of who killed her.
Oh my God. Aemond kills her. Aemond One Eye kills her.
Did he ever finish the latest book, or is that still waiting to be put out?
He will never finish. He will never finish that series. No. Why can't I think?
How old is he?
He is like 7. What? For fuck's sake! I have to look up the name of the episode. He's like 75. He will never finish. He will probably get his last book out. I mean, he will probably get
Lord of the Rings. Fuck Game of Thrones. It's a retarded little brother of Lord of the Rings, but they're addicted to energy drinks and can't stop masturbating. The cynicism and nihilism gets old really quick. Coomer Brain TV.
Okay, that's nice.
I mean, I agree that's what it devolves into, but the first 4 seasons, I would say is really good.
The first 4 in season 6. I will die on that hill. Season 6 was good. Season 6 was very good.
I would say it captures human nature with its character pretty well. Like Tywin Lannister, like easily like the Lannisters are like some of the best fantasy villains of all time.
I would agree. And
Do you think the Lannisters are like directly based off of the Rothschilds, even though it's different time periods?
Rothschilds? I'm not sure, honestly.
What do you think about that take,
Like,
John? The Lannisters being based off of the Rothschilds?
Rhaenys, that's her name. Okay, and it was in episode 4, the Red Dragon and the Black, I think is what it was called. That was the best episode of that season, easily, because it had it had the best fight. Now, I would say that honestly, the whole season is great. The Otto Hightower, the guy who plays Ray Fiennes, plays his character. That's great. Shush, I'm talking about House of the Dragon. Why are you getting closer to me?
Are you done?
No, I'm not. I love House of the Dragon. I will talk about that for days.
Apparently
More like
Martin
House of the
hates, latest
Fagin.
season.
Okay. What you say, Jack?
Apparently, Martin hates the last season of House of the Dragon
Well,
because they
because
go
he
against what he wanted.
Well, because he turned into a little bitch after they ruined Game of Thrones. So now, like, any slight
I mean, I would turn
liberties-
into a little bitch too.
Well, okay,
And
but
they
if you
kinda they ruined my life's work.
if you read the
I don't really know
source
what's happening
if
here.
you read the source
I lost
material,
control of this.
If you read the source
They're just
material
going on
for
about
House
shows
of
I've
the
never seen.
Dragon, it's kind of retarded.
You got to
compared
be
to
well
Game of
read to
Thrones.
keep up with these intellectuals.
It's not like as well thought out, and like everyone's just either evil or good.
Are you talking about the fantasy world of George R.R. Martin?
Yes.
That's why I don't care.
Okay.
I'm just
That
trying to
explains a lot
figure
about
out
you.
why don't I care about any of this?
Yeah, I wonder why.
I am. If I was a character in that show,
I am
I'd
the
be.
one, the one, the one.
I would be one of the White Walkers, not the king, not the king, not the dragon.
Aliens or Predator?
Just one of the extras. Just
Aliens,
walking
Predator.
and being white.
Definitely
Aliens
Predator.
or Predator?
Easily the
Definitely
Alien
Predator.
movies. Easily.
You mean Xenomorph or
Oh, I thought we were talking about
Predator?
Alien versus Predator.
No. Well, are
the
you talking-
aliens are called xenomorphs?
Yeah, the aliens are xenomorphs.
I know, but I thought we were taking a side here.
Kind of like how when you're xenophobic, you hate aliens.
I mean,
Only the illegal ones.
Blazing
Certain
Sad. If you
characters
faggots haven't seen movies like Blazing Saddles, Pulp Fiction, Usual Suspects, Snatcher, Boondock Saints, stop talking. Star Wars and Lord of the
I love
Rings
Pulp Fiction.
are backwards gay.
Yeah. What are you talking about? I've seen Pulp Fiction many times. Pulp Fiction is good. Blazing Saddles is good too.
Blazing Saddles is pretty fucking funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Little Mel Brooks. The sheriff.
That ain't a working song.
Yeah, John, have you ever seen The Producers?
How about the Camptown Ladies?
I saw the movie.
Yeah, the movie that was by Mel Brooks, The Producers.
The Predators are called Yet.
I mean, Mel Brooks is pretty good, I guess.
I have never seen the
Yeah.
Predator movies. They don't interest me like the Alien movies do.
The first The only Predator movie worth seeing is the first one.
I
you have
heard
Alien
Prey
and
was
Alien,
good.
so therefore it beats out the Predator franchise.
Well, no.
Predator 2 is not terrible.
Prometheus was good, and the newest Alien movie was good too.
Prometheus is terrible.
Okay, no. Did you see the most recent one? The Alien Romulus?
Yeah.
Alien Romulus was good.
Hot garbage.
Okay.
I saw it right after I stood up after shitting and looked in the toilet. I was like, hey, check that out, Alien Romulus.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a hot take, but all right.
It was.
Yeah,
it
but
was
John,
spicy.
have you seen like the recent Predator movie? No, wait. The
Prey.
one before that, the Predator, where they weaponized autism or like try to weaponize autism from a child. Have you seen that one?
I think I might have actually. Is that the one
It's
with
so
the Key and
bad.
Key and Peele?
Sucks. It's so shit.
One of the Key and Peels are in that one, I think. Is that right?
Yeah, like Keegan Michael Key.
Yeah, him.
The cast of that sucked.
Okay. All right. Do we want to get onto politics for a little bit or what?
Is
Sure.
that, are we not talking about that with aliens and predators?
I mean, we're talking
Yeah, that's what Trump keeps calling them.
I want to see an Alien Predators movie where it's the home world of the predators and it's their home country and they have a border wall and the aliens are trying to invade over the border wall and the predators kill them.
I think that's Independence Day.
Okay. Independence Day is a good movie.
Just like the Mexican border, but in the universe of Alien versus Predator.
Okay.
You could have all these different kinds of aliens, like Hondurans and
They're all really short.
Panamanian xenomorphs, Panaxenomorphs. Yeah, the Bolivia morphs are real short.
The Asphalt Jungle's pretty good. I agree, Joshua.
The Mexamorphs have a bunch of cocaine on their back. That sort of thing. There's cartels of aliens. Instead of a queen, they now have a
The ones from Argentina have blonde hair and blue eyes.
Yeah, well, they're germamorphs. There's Nazi morphs.
You
They
know,
all fucking Roman salute before they run in and kill you.
you know who Chelino Sanchez is?
Che, I'm gay, Vara.
Close.
Chelino Sanchez. He was he worked at Pollos Hermanos, if I'm not mistaken.
No, Casa Bonita.
Fogo de Chao.
No, Casa Bonita, the
Breaking
Mexican
Bad
place
is a
from
good show.
South Park.
Breaking Bad is a good show.
Shitty Walk.
No, Chelino Sanchez was a Mexican singer. You never seen the video of him like the night before he died?
Where you said something about the cart. Is he that guy that like talks shit on the cartels?
Oh,
Yeah, and then like they hand him a note as he's like about to go on stage, like if you sing, you will die. And he reads the note and he just starts singing, and they killed him that night.
yeah, they did.
Could he not read?
It's pretty badass. Maybe that was the problem.
No, he could.
No, you could definitely like he starts sweating. He like wipes his forehead and he's like, "Fuck it, here we go."
That's the end.
But did he sing well?
He did.
All right.
He was a good singer.
He
Fair
did.
enough.
He killed it. I would pull it up, but I don't want to get it.
And they killed him.
You want to watch it?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Well,
why
we get
not? We're
copyright
giving
struck.
thanks. We might as well give thanks to cartel videos.
Give thanks to Chelino.
Okay.
You pulling it up?
I am. I got to watch a Moana ad first. in Spanish.
This episode's gone off the rails quick.
La Moana.
I can't believe there's going to be a live-action Moana movie. It's
This is
so
it.
pointless.
It was then he realized he was
This would be
doomed.
his last night on Earth.
Tengo el alma enamorada nomás de pensar en de soñarme noche a noche, dueño de tu amor.
I put this song every once in a while when I'm at work. It's good working music. Makes me feel like a Mexican.
Si me das toda tu vida, yo te la doy también.
And he was found dead in his home later that night.
Natural causes, probably.
Yeah.
That's crazy that you don't even.
Speaking of, did any of you guys watch Yellowstone?
No. Because it's not conservative. It's just like
What?
pandering.
Because I don't even know what to say about that. It's like the only mainstream
People
conservative
online
show there
say
is.
that it takes like conservative skins to. And,
Yeah,
but
it
really,
is.
Espouse just like progressive values.
It
and
does.
stuff.
Like,
I don't know how it
if you-
does.
I haven't seen it, so I can't comment. But
How
that's what
does it,
people
Michael?
online
How does it?
actually
How does
say.
it express progressive values?
like, I haven't seen it either.
Oh,
I just
okay.
know
So we're just
from-
gonna talk
I-
shit about
no,
things we've never
because-
seen.
because
It'd be
I-
like if I didn't
because
just
I
sit
know
quiet
through-
the whole time
because
you
I
guys
know
were talking
through
about shows
reviewers
that I've
that I
never seen,
trust.
and then I just
I
talk shit
know
about
the
them all.
reviewers that I trust, and I respect them more than myself to watch that piece of shit because I'm not gonna get Apple TV or whatever it is for it. So yeah, you expose me, great, but I'm never gonna watch it, so it doesn't matter.
There's gonna be a couple of spin-off shows of it, right?
There
Is that
there
House
is a couple
Targaryen?
spin-offs.
Is that which house is that in Yellowstone?
House
What are the
Dutton.
houses?
House Dutton.
House Dutton.
Yes. The reason I asked those, it was
do they deal with the
probably
mountain?
best show on TV, and then they actually do have their version of the mountain. His name's Rip. But they've kind of ruined it. Kevin Costner was the main character. Now he's not in it anymore.
Smitty Vid Studios. I want to see the near unconscious Epicurean pursuit of the Gandalf pipe. I'm a little like I just don't really want to set
scared.
off the
He's just scared.
fire extinguishers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mihai, you should watch Deadwood on HBO. That's a great show.
That one's good. I've seen that one.
Wasn't what you thought it was gonna be, was it?
I don't know. I don't know what that joke's in reference.
It's about dicks, Michael.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, John, you are currently sitting at 4,799 spins.
Did you really pull that up?
Nah, I don't know.
Oh my god. That reflects on you, not me.
Okay.
Curiosity got you.
Okay. So
Yes.
Mihai's more of a fag than me. Confirmed. Got it.
No, I'm just comfortable.
Oh,
I've told you before, I'm so deeply closeted, I'd never come out.
Yeah, but John, do you really hate the Game of Thrones?
Fucking Norm
or do you
Macdonald
just
shit.
hate what it led to?
What's up?
Do you really hate Game of Thrones, or do you hate what it led to? Like, because I thought it had like good, like, it had some good commentary on like power or how you rise to power, etc.
With dragons?
Yeah, that's the secret to it all.
Lannisters, yeah, like Tywin Lannister. You were like you talked about him earlier.
Yeah, he's the Rothschild.
Well, is that confirmed? I don't know who specifically George R. Martin based his characters off of.
See, the biggest difference between John Ward and I is John Ward thinks that Napoleon was the good guy.
Who was?
Yeah,
he was not. He was a fool that was played by the Rothschilds, and then by the time he figured it out, it was too late, and they had just defeated him at Waterloo.
Okay. Wait, are you serious about that?
That was the
Yeah.
Duke of Wellington.
No, 100%. Yeah, who was funded by the Rothschilds, who was actually about to surrender a week before surrounded, and then the Rothschilds sent him more money.
I think the Duke of Wellington has won more battles than any other general in history.
I wouldn't be surprised. There was actually another general before Napoleon, right during the French Revolution, too, who had won a lot of battles and had taken Napoleon. I forget his name. He kind of took Napoleon on his wing and gets no credit to this day. Clearly, because I don't even know his name.
John, did you see Ridley Scott's Napoleon biopic?
I did not see it. I heard it was.
shit.
I heard it
Watch
sucked
it.
donkey balls.
Yeah. So
I'm always
in an
bummed out
interview,
that
really, like,
Kubrick never made Napoleon. He was the original. Kubrick was gonna make this Napoleon movie.
Well,
Yeah.
I think if I remember correctly, because I read a little bit about it, he decided not to after what was that movie? That other one that was sent.
Barry Lyndon, probably.
Yeah. He decided, from what I remember anyway, I think he decided not to because he had already made Barry Lyndon, and he thought that was kind of a close enough movie.
I thought it was he couldn't get anyone to make it the budget that he wanted to make it with.
I don't know.
I think the European elite hate Napoleon. He's like a sore spot for them. So they
Well,
always-
did you know that after the Napoleonic Wars and the Rothschilds had funded the entire war against Napoleon, the elites then tried to not invite them to their parties and act like they weren't friends with them anymore from the various European countries that were still left?
Huh.
You know what the Rothschilds did? They crashed the entire world's economy while they were all at a party that they weren't invited to, and then they all came to
Those
them
dicks.
begging to stop whatever they were doing because they were the only ones that could control the world market at the time.
What a bunch of jerks.
What they did is they had like the Rothschilds had a son in every major European country, and they were the only ones that knew how to pull all the levers perfectly at the right time to exchange currencies between countries without crashing the entire economy. So they just controlled all the movement of money in that time period. And some would say still to this day. Some would say they own the Federal Reserve.
Will you pull up Internet 3
Internet 3.
and go Mayer Amschel Rothschild? Mayer.
Is he the OG?
Mm-hmm. Mayer space AMSCHEL, something like that. And then Rothschild is the last name. I think that's right.
Mayor Amschel Rothschild?
Does that come up?
Yes.
He is the one who started it all, I believe.
Yes, and you know what his last words to his children were before he died?
You guys suck.
There was two things that he said to them. One of them being, never let the world know how much our family's really worth.
That makes sense.
He had 5 sons, and they each founded these Rothschild banks in all the major European countries.
Yes, and even up until Andrew Jackson actually took on the Rothschilds directly. And
Andrew Jackson was a fucking thug, dude.
yeah, no, he really was.
Yes,
Founded
he
the Democratic Party, if he could only see what it was like today. The guy that sent all the Indians on the Trail of Tears is now...
Andrew Jackson is based.
I agree.
Yeah,
I don't know about the part you're talking about, Mihai, but I do know at Waterloo. I know the Rothschilds funded both sides of that war, but
Yeah, they were playing... So
they
Napoleon
had
thought
agents
that they
at
were on his
Waterloo,
side.
and this was the stock market existed, but there was obviously not well regulated. It was one of the largest, if not the largest, wealth transfer in history.
Yes, but you know why?
Yeah, because they had their agents come back and say that the Duke won,
Yeah, because the mayor had the information, like...
so they started
3 hours early.
selling to make it look like England lost, and everybody panic sold, and they bought all of England for pennies on the dollar.
Really?
Really.
They did?
It was something like...
Yeah, that did
The
happen.
equivalent of today's money was something like $30 trillion overnight was transferred to the Rothschilds.
They basically bought all of England overnight. They triggered a panic sell, and then bought all of it for like nothing.
What the?
And so that's why to this day, that was the start of their immense wealth, and nobody knows what the actual true number is.
And then you have the modern, the Windsor family, right?
The Windsor Castle, which is the royal
Well, the
family,
modern
right?
British royals call themselves the Windsors, but they just made that name up. They're the House of Saxe-Gotha,
Aren't they actually Germans too?
like the Rothschilds.
Yep. Everything comes from Germany.
The British monarchy are German. Also, supposedly
No,
they
actually, wait, hold up.
are descendants of the Prophet Muhammad.
That brings up a good that brings up a good question though. At what point, once your family is in, say, another nation, does that family become, say, part of that other nation, so to speak? Because there's a
Michael,
lot of
you're touching on a
Americans-
topic that we've had many a 4-hour podcast on, and we have not yet
Well,
been able to
because there's
come to a
well, 'cause-
conclusion.
Well, because there's a lot of people in America, and specifically Kentucky and West Virginia, who consider themselves American first, even though their descendancy is still European.
That would be most Americans, would it not?
What's the
No,
question
because
at
a lot
hand?
of them, because a lot of Americans, especially these days, we've seen a rise in it. Consider themselves, no, I'm like, say, I'm just gonna call you out, Kale. I'm, is she from Niger or Nigeria? Regardless,
Nigeria.
Are you saying that's a majority of people that identify like that?
She's a what?
modern day.
I would disagree.
I would not. If you look at the statistics, most people, when they ask for your heritage, most people today in America say a different nation. They should be saying America, but they say a different nation.
Yeah, that's true. I hear a
So-
lot of all right, circle jerk, 3cc. Did you know Chris Cornell would put an elastic around his sack to hit the high notes in the studio? Also, fuck you, Tobias.
You gonna take that? You just gonna take it?
Well, I saw him give me a compliment earlier, saying that he gave me an ass nickname, and I rolled with it. So you know what? Whatever.
I don't know.
Great,
Yeah, like,
I don't know.
I feel
Great
like
hosting,
Michael-
Mihai.
I don't know. I'm
I
just
feel
here.
like Michael brings up a good point.
waiting for someone to
A
talk.
lot of people who come here don't properly assimilate into the country, and
How
they
we
see it as
we
an
just come to
I-
this
I
from
can't do
the
this again.
Rothschilds. That jumped real fast.
Yeah,
You jumped to the Rothschild.
No,
What are we
so-
talking about? We're talking about mass deportations now, Jack?
Well, back to Andrew Jackson though.
Well, if you want, we can go to my topic, which is
Yes.
Is wokeness dead? I think it's really important to consider this now that Trump is back in charge.
Are you
Because a lot of
taking those for
people
later,
are
man?
torn. So, a lot of people are torn.
Fucking look how much I just
They
ate.
think that
Some of these
wokeness is either dead or it's going to make a major comeback to counter Trump. And people
It's gonna
think
make a comeback.
A lot of people think that this is going to be the case because of a recent Jaguar ad. If you want to hold that up.
There's that.
Oh, fuck. Faguar. Do you want to be gay?
Yeah.
Buy our car.
So they did a complete rebrand. They even took the Jaguar
Michael,
out their logo.
How many
and just made
Jaguars did you
everything-
just buy?
And just
None.
made everything queer, etc.
Well,
Like effeminate. et cetera.
two things I want to say.
Okay.
First off, Red Baron is actually a nickname I used to have. Don't ask me why. Then for the ad itself and just related to this whole topic, Jack, wokeness isn't going to go away, but you're seeing a parallel economy form with conservative types of just media in general, whether it comes to podcasting through sites like X and then Blue Sky. Like there's the two sides are now separating based off of
Are you talking about skeets?
what?
Blue Sky calls their tweets skeets.
That's retarded. Anyway,
Yeah, it is.
I have some thoughts about Blue
Anyway,
Sky.
I don't think
Hold on, Jack. Let's get one topic down at a time now.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to die because it's still going to be alive and well with the 40% of Americans that are going to be on the Democrats' version of whatever the conservatives thing is, and vice versa. Neither side's going to give up for a while now until some actual unity figure beyond a Trump and maybe potentially even beyond a J.D. Vance, depending on how well he does. You know, it's going to have to take like a 60s or like 80s style, 60-35 election to really unite Americans fully again.
So to the commercial, I don't really understand what the big deal with the commercial is, but do you guys know what they're ripping off when they made that commercial?
Oh, God.
Well,
When you want up
the
to
point about the
60%
commercial
off
is
gifts that say,
what people don't like about the commercial is that it's not masculine.
What was
It's-
that?
It's definitely trying
I'm
to make
trying
it
to get
appeal
to
to
it.
a more like queer, just
go
like
to it.
progressive audience.
Oh.
And well, back to your point, Michael. I think like wokeness is actually somewhat in decline. Like, yes, people are fleeing to Blue Sky, but it's not going to
They're
work
skeeting.
out in the end because that's not where everyone is. Like, it's just going to become an echo chamber. For a
Do you
bunch
mean
of
like
left
Truth
boys.
Social?
And
Do you mean like Truth
like
Social?
Threads.
No.
Yeah, like Truth Social, like Parler, like Gab, all of those did not become as successful as X because
But what I'm saying,
that's where
Jack,
everyone is. That's where everyone
what I'm
is.
saying, Jack, is all those, like, there's still a good 10 to 20% that are on, like, say, they're on Truth Social, and the same thing's going to continue with the left and Blue Sky. So you
The
just
only
backed up my
reason Truth
point about
Social
it diverging.
relevant because Trump is on it, that he posts there. That's the only reason it's relevant. Like Blue Sky, on the other hand, everyone there is going to come crawling back to X, like unannounced.
Do you mean like
within a
Threads?
few months. It's going to be the exact same thing they did with Threads. I'm going to tell you.
Threads is
because
dead.
They can't influence anyone outside of their own echo chamber. So they're going to come crawling back to X.
So I think it's
Playing
pretty
dumb.
obvious that that commercial was a direct ripoff of this famous 1984 Super Bowl commercial.
Ow.
No,
Hold
this
on.
is 1984.
Why did you make an O noise before
This is, I
click it.
know this commercial, and it is super
Well,
famous.
because other people have ripped this off and they've made clearer rip-offs than that. I don't. Think
How
that
is it a
was
rip-off of this?
Yeah, I don't think
Okay,
it was.
just watch it.
All right, play it.
Today we celebrate the first glorious anniversary of the information purification.
They're making their woke version of this exact commercial.
This was a great ad when it came out.
This was.
Of pure ideology, where each worker may bloom, secure from the pests of
You were live.
Those 700.
is more powerful a weapon than any fleet or army on earth. We are one people, with one will, one resolve.
Thank God for this Hooters girl coming in with that sledgehammer.
Yep.
That was like the peak of sexy, I guess, in the 80s.
the 80s,
It was
yeah.
a Hooters outfit.
Small ass too.
On January 24th, Apple Computer will introduce Macintosh. And you'll
It went from like movie level to like a fucking shitty YouTube video.
You know who directed that?
It was, probably was Ridley Scott.
I think that's probably a good guess.
Really?
Hey, was that Ridley Scott? Did Ridley Scott do that? Was that a 1984 Super Bowl Apple Macintosh ad by
Yeah,
Ridley
and that
Scott?
was actually Anya Major.
Was that a 4K restoration of 1984 Super Bowl Apple Macintosh ad by Ridley Scott?
It was
that
starring
1 minute long?
starring Anya Major
And you paused
during
at
Super Bowl, and
57
David
seconds.
Graham, conceived by Steve Hayden, Brent Thomas, Lee Clow.
Oh, I can't see
It's
that
such
part.
it's such a like, it's
So it's their version of saying that the wokeness is now
Well,
Well,
let
no,
me get back
because,
to
like,
yeah,
well,
because
whatever they're trying to say.
It-
break the mold.
I don't know what
Just
they're trying to
because-
say.
well,
No,
Hold
let me
on,
delete binary.
because
But
there's
I
a
know it's
theory.
stupid.
It's all about breaking boundaries.
just
so
because
before
a
it was
commercial
Hold
has.
on.
okay, I won't talk.
Okay.
There's
Hey,
a
Mihai.
theory I have regarding
Hey.
the ad because even though
Saying
it
hey.
appears on its face to be woke, it does. You never see the car because it's clearly part one of an ad.
That is a good
we haven't
point, yeah.
seen- We haven't seen. We have yet to see what they have to offer. In
They
terms of
haven't
the
even
car.
shown us the
what if
future.
it's a setup? What if it's just? What if this is just a form of outrage marketing to get people talking about the car without even having to see it yet? And
I
then
would
when it comes
disagree
out,
I don't think that'd be
nothing like
effective
what the
strategy.
ad
is.
promise.
I don't think so.
Do you think that's
I think
possible?
every
Just
dude.
look to Bud Light.
I think every dude now that drives a Jaguar is going shit.
I know. Like, damn it.
Yeah,
No.
I mean, I just like I think that I don't think that every ad with a sledgehammer in it is harkening back to that ad, but
Okay, I don't think you understand the imagery at all.
go back to the other ad. I don't think that this ad lines up to it. Sorry, I just like the imagery can I guess be kind of similar, but it's like I just play it again.
They made a shittier woke version of that.
Can we just not play it again and just like remember?
I can't get to play, so I'm just doing
Yeah,
this.
His hair makes me think of Pac-Man.
yeah, no, I disagree because there's no TV screen like. Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's about breaking the norms of society.
I should have just gone to art school and worn like real bright colors and gay shit and just made $1 billion fucking dollars making ads.
We'd be on the YouTube homepage right now if you did that.
I would just like, oh man. It's just confidence in your own bullshit is all you need. You just be like, this is art.
Do you mean like? So you would be gay?
Just anytime
Gay for
someone's
pay.
like, oh, that's not fucking art, you have to just quadruple down on your like get. You have to just know like a few. You need to know the words like chartreuse.
So gay for pay.
Like
Right.
those, you can be like
The
those
only
art
color
showings.
you ever enunciate is chartreuse. You know
You
that
spell
kind of.
color with an O.
You had like some weird, like a double-breasted jacket that's chartreuse. And you just need these weird mo-juiced words of shit that nobody cares about. Wingtip shoes,
Okay.
cadmium paint.
Ew.
And I would just string these random phrases together, and they'd be like, you should make our ad for Jaguar. And I'd be like, you're right. Not only are you right, I should run your company. Apparently that works.
No, it wouldn't work though because you're not a woman.
Or gay or black.
Can lean into, I would not change my appearance in any way. I would talk in the same exact voice, same cadence, everything. But I'd just be,
You would pass as gay.
I would just be what's like I'd be Karen. Karen the fashionista.
Yeah, he would pass as gay.
I just wear all black. And I'd just be like, you know what's wrong with your company? It's not gay enough. It's not tranny enough. It's not trans animal. It's not tranimal. Right? We did the gays. Now let's get some fucking birds in there that are pink and shit and have them doing gay shit. And then let's sell some Jaguars.
Well, that is true from what the chat just said. Like, if you even if you even thought of being potentially conservative, they will ban you instantly on Blue Sky. Like, you won't be able to join it.
Yeah, and again,
Bummer.
that's why it's ultimately going to fail because it's too strict.
I'm real
It's
bummed
not
I can't join Blue Sky, you know? It's like we'll spend a lot of time.
I would love to troll.
Very excited about it.
I would love to troll on there.
They do unironically call their tweets skeets, which I just
Is that
can't.
confirmed?
Yeah, I think so.
It is, yeah.
That's so ass.
dialed in.
Oh, so basically, only Mark Hamill is going to be on there in 2 weeks.
Just
Mark
threw
Cuban.
up a real 5-roper over on Blue Sky. It's a deep thought. It's a lot of
Yeah, but having seen
skeeted
the
at
ad-
us, skeeted them all over the place.
That just skeet it.
That's fucking weird, man. Why'd they do that? Michael,
Yeah,
you're involved in the leadership of Blue Sky. Why did you guys do that?
Me. I'm involved in. Okay. I would
trying
imagine.
to sabotage it from the inside.
Yes. Yes.
Mm.
Yes. That is exactly why. For the memes.
Mm.
For the joy.
Mm.
But after seeing the ad, I wanted to turn your guys' attention to
Fucking
an
chat,
article
man.
I
I'm gonna
found, which is
skeet all over
America
Karen
becoming
later.
less woke? And the results are might be pretty surprising to you guys, or
Oh.
not. But what they found is that a lot of woke terms or terms that are affiliated with wokeness aren't used by the general population.
Wow.
Yeah, few Americans regularly use social justice terms such as anti-racism and toxic masculinity.
Wow.
In other words, the majority of Americans aren't pretentious hipsters.
Wow.
Yeah, so if you go down a bit, it actually gives you like percentages of the terms.
Ooh.
What's your familiarity with the following terms?
Interesting.
I
Space.
regularly use it.
I regularly you. I don't use any of these.
What's the least? I don't know. I don't even know that's a word.
Misogynor. Misogynor.
Misogynor.
What's
That's
this?
a cool word, man. Let's do it.
Heteronormativity.
Can you pull that up? Can we, for the sake of...
Wait, look where
Latinx.
Latinx is.
Latinx.
They're trying, but they won't do it.
Can you pull up misogynor? Misogynoir?
Misogynor.
Misogynoir.
You think it's just like your aura?
Also, look by the way.
Misogynnoir.
Look, I have a gift for you.
I've already eaten like 10 of those.
Square root.
It's like
The square root.
What?
Miso, that's Olmec. Bruh.
Okay, well, you know what? I'm not surprised with this, Jack, because a lot
Bruh.
of them are hypocrites. They're
Uh,
all hypocrites.
contempt for
Oh,
grain prejudice
specifically
against
black women.
Oh, because noir. Because, like, noir is French for black, like film noir.
What? Dislike or contempt against black?
So some fucking, holy shit. Wait, press the little speaker button. I want to hear you say this.
Misogynoir.
Ow. I kind of like that. I like the way he said that.
Misogynoir.
Are we misogynoiristic?
Call A, respond.
Call it. Can answer.
Where are you?
Williams channel. That's why I can't get anywhere with my art. It is not gay enough. Speaking of Williams channel, can you give me give me a little scene 2 from the PTZ, bro?
Look, Jack, read that out.
Lord of the Ree. How long until Blue Sky gets filled with cheese pizza and Yale things like Mastodon and Threads? Adam Krigler edited the Faguer ad and changed the music to "We're coming for your children." It's hilarious.
That's crazy.
This is Williams channel who just commented. He does the art. He also did some of the pictures. Oh yeah, there you go. This one.
That one is
Incredible.
iconic. That one's great.
The one behind Mihai, probably if you go to yep.
Look at that shot, baby. I'm getting.
Oh, you got some Zen out now too. What is? I think you maybe need to close that drawer with those little plastic baggies that are showing. I don't know what you got going. Oh, that's behind you.
Just some tools and
some tools, some
miscellaneous
items of
bolts that were supposed
constructive
to be put in a table that never were. I don't know.
intended to construct things and build things.
The set's still under construction.
You're being a little Frank from Blue Velvet right now with those PBRs. I can read your phone. It says gay porn.
It actually says small D on it.
Well, I believe it.
That's my brother, though.
Yeah, but Mihai, if you go back,
That's not a bad shot. I like this shot.
No, that's not bad. I feel weird that I gotta like look up, and then I don't know.
Well, I wouldn't live on this shot. I'm just saying it's not a bad one to have in the mix.
No,
You want to come back
I
to
like
us?
this.
I like how I look like I'm eating the camera every single time it goes to this one.
So you just you zoom in. You taking control? You taking control of that camera?
Howdy.
Oh, you can see the Bronda sticker now.
You can see the turning point logo.
Wonder.
Make America great again.
Moving on from here, we just.
I wonder.
Now it's John's turn, or Trump's turn. Trump's turn.
Just be
Can you
careful.
turn the camera that far?
Yeah, we're
Trying to
finally.
show him your sign about children.
Oh, yeah.
Unintended children will be. Can you zoom in? You can zoom in. There you go. Slowly building out the wall.
Getting there. Getting there.
We're slowly getting there.
Gotta get the
And then
crease.
you gotta whip it around. Whoa! Look at that. And we're back. Jack, what are you thinking over there?
Well, if you go back to the article real quick, there's actually another section where it actually shows how few Americans say they regularly use social justice-oriented language. It's a little further down. A little more.
I can't believe that's a phrase.
There it is. Yeah, so this is how many people use all of these terms, and it's not a lot.
Safe space, 20%. That's terrible.
Black people are just carrying the whole load, apparently.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I would say that this is a good indicator that it's.
Wait, why did they? So a
that these
toxic
terms
masculine. Hold
are
on,
not-
like right there. No, go back down a little bit, right there. Toxic masculinity. You go to the purple part. They have a 10 inside the bar of 10, but then right below that trigger warning's also a 10.
That's annoying.
They didn't put it inside the bar.
That's
Why?
disgusting.
I cannot even begin to understand what happened right there.
That is rough.
How can 110 be in the bar and 110 isn't? They did a 9 bar and then put a 10 outside of it.
Look at the blue column.
Yeah, but like
Yeah, but those are different numbers.
they're consistently below 6.
Yeah, like 6 or lower is outside. Fair enough. Same in the orange, though. They got that 10 out there, and then like right above it, patriarchy. You need to hire more autistic people to make your graphs. That's unacceptable.
Another 10. What the fuck?
Let's go back to the bottom here. Misogynoir, once again.
Misogynoir.
Okay, so
Wait, who is that 1%? Like, what's the 1%?
going back up.
That would
top.
be
for
age
light
45 plus.
Going back up to the top of that, it's clear that like younger people aren't even catching on to this too much either. Like it's only
they're not.
26%.
Well, they didn't actually even separate out younger people, if you notice.
Do
They
you
only
even
did.
believe this, John, if it's
Oh,
a
yeah,
poll?
18
Well,
to
they did
44.
18 to 44. So, like, what?
Usually it's split.
Well,
Are you saying
so
that 44
hold on.
isn't young?
So this is how you do this research here. If you is there a link somewhere to the study itself underneath that? Right. We'll go back up. Right underneath that picture, there was a little.
Methodology.
Yeah.
Get the data. You see that?
Yeah, we need to see the methodology.
Click that. Click get the data.
I can pull my election night bullshit again, where I break down how ass this poll or good this poll is. It's probably bad though,
have it in
considering it's from YouGov. YouGov's one of the
PDF.
worst. YouGov sucks.
Or that too. You could do that. Is it not
That's the
working?
only way to do it, but how do I get the PDF to show?
Just right click and do open a new tab, and then click on that tab.
Yeah, but even if it comes from YouGov, do you guys doubt that people are that these terms aren't as popular
Well,
with
no.
the general public as the media
Jack,
makes
if
it out to be?
Jack, if it comes from YouGov,
So
it's
the
likely
see
that
the
less
results.
people.
There you go.
If it comes
I
from
don't think it
YouGov,
works like
Jack,
that,
it's
though.
likely less people
You
use
just
it than
need to
even
resize the window.
what
Is
YouGov
that-
No,
says.
I have to
Because
download it.
YouGov always overpredicts Democrats. Always.
It won't. You can't
And
right click it and
wokeness.
open a new window.
No, it just goes to a blank screen.
Oh,
Kevin Stack, you mean black pilled? Isaac Ariel Israel. He's a good. He's
What do you want to know?
You just hit some beer there, some more right into the.
What's your question about the data, John? It's just the same exact thing, by the way, in a PDF, actually.
I just wanted to see if they had a breakdown of an age of like 18 to 25 or something.
No,
right?
just 18 to 44. Same exact categories.
See, that's fishy because it's usually 18 to 30 and then 30 to like 45. That's how they usually.
Oh, here, wait. Actually, read that. Go down and read this methodology thing. This article includes results from an online survey conducted November 13th. 1,164 U.S. adult citizens. Opt-in panel.
Okay,
it's
so
already bullshit.
Yeah, so it has
Hold on.
bias.
4850 demographic, come to 10, baseline weighted, estimate through. Nah, not really very useful. Never mind.
Enhance? Enhance?
The margin of error being 4%, that's how you know it's already fishy and bad, because 4% is usually what's not allowed. It's usually about 3% or lower is statistically
that is pretty
good
bad,
for
honestly.
polls. So, like, 4% is already...
Mihai, you need a beer?
No, I'm good.
John has to go take a beer break.
Actually, it was not why I was going, but... Carry it, Jack. Somebody take it away.
We're taking it.
Bullshit.
What'd you say, Jack?
Call
I guess
MEI,
I guess the
merit,
use of,
excellence, and intelligence.
Bullshit. But this is another thing that's happening that I would say is proof that we're gradually moving away towards like what's considered woke. Is that some universities are implementing what they call MEI over DEI, which is merit, excellence, and intelligence, and they explain it in the 60 Minutes clip.
That is so gay. That is so gay that they have to like make it a thing though. Just call it merit. Like, don't turn it into the opposite of woke.
I believe it was Vivek that came up with the term.
Well, no, Vivek kept on coming back to like we need a merit-based system. I'm not sure he created this. If he did, that's one of his few L's because that's kind of stupid. I'm not gonna lie. Just call it merit. Just say merit. Oh.
Gender, race, ethnicity, what is the factor of that in your admissions decisions?
We don't take any of that into consideration in admissions. The primary thing that we're interested in is the mind.
Meaning what?
The kind of capacity to think deeply, to answer questions, to challenge norms.
Why does he look like that,
I gotta tell you, we did not see a particularly diverse student body.
We are putting resources into finding talent of an intellectual variety. And if you're interested in diversity, I recommend you look at the social backgrounds of our students, at the family circumstances of our students.
Based.
What do you think about that video there, John?
Fuck you. I just fucking walked in.
Exactly.
It was great. It was phenomenal. The intonation and the bifurcation of the binary points being made in that dialectic was frankly ineffable.
I'm just afraid that it might lead to a creation of more misogynoirs.
It was very misogynoiristic. It was film misogynoir. It was like watching Orson Welles in The Third Man, but that third man was black and a woman.
And Jack, what was your take?
Film misogynoir.
What's your takeaway,
I mean,
Jack?
again, like I said, I'm optimistic going forward. I think even though the Dems are saying like, hey, Kamala didn't run a woke campaign, that's not true. Like everyone knows she did, and they're going to try, and they acknowledge that they lost a white working class, so they're going to try to rebrand in the next 4 years, or at least attempt to, and try to win back the groups that they lost. And
I don't see that happening.
So I think they're going to drop this bullshit, some of this bullshit.
No, I disagree. I think that what? Oh, okay. I think that like when
what?
You just did something on the keypad. Okay. Anyway.
What?
So.
Hey, Michael.
What? Fuck off. Anyway, so I think that there's going to be doubling down. I mean, you're already seeing these news articles calling and saying that Kamala Harris needs to be the candidate again. I don't think a huge section of the Democrat Party learned. We really don't know yet which faction's going to win in the next primary. That was mostly the problem with the Republican primary, was that people didn't know who was going to win. Was it going to be the MAGA conservatives, or was it going to be the Nikki Haley types? The Nikki Haley types ended up downright losing. So 2028 seems like it might be the same thing for the Democrat Party. Okay. Why am I like a little bird?
I'm just experimenting with the new camera angles, bro. Let me bring this microphone over here. Let's get this sound. Let's have it sounding good. What's going on, chat?
Yeah.
Fred the Raccoon and Peanut are with Harambe now? True.
Land Solo, I agree. That's why we just...
I identify as an Asian mathematician. Sandman Trials.
Land Solo, I agree. That's why we don't call it... that's why we don't call it MEI. Just call it normal.
Circle Drake said, John, New Year's show, I'll bring the scallops and cocaine. Need to drop off the giant Harambe and slap Tobias on the ass so he knows we're on the same team. Yeah, we'll probably do something like that.
At least half of it.
Well, you know, we'll do parts of that. We'll do some of those things for sure.
Yeah, probably. Unfortunately.
Jack, what is your Blue Sky nickname?
Yeah.
Jack, what's your Blue Sky handle?
Yeah, and Jack.
Said it's gonna be nobody's gonna be using it after a few months. They're all gonna come back to X anyway.
That is true. That's very true.
How you're gonna miss out if it becomes the next big thing?
I don't know, Jack.
Then you can just join.
Oh, okay.
What if you lose that handle that you've always wanted?
It could be like getting on like TikTok when it was still Musically. You would have been big now.
Well, it died before it became TikTok, and then like they don't ban people. They don't insta ban people on TikTok. they want to get you information first.
I think we
before
should
they
try
ban
to
you.
become like huge on. We should be the most famous influencers, but like in
On
China.
Twitter.
Can you wiggle that dick?
What?
That's all they do on TikTok. They just wiggle their dicks.
Thank you, Mark Pierce. Nothing to say.
They just-
Appreciate. I don't.
What?
$10 donation.
Sorry
nothing
about
to
the
say.
timing of that.
I mean, I guess that. Okay, whatever.
That's what they do. They get out there and they shake their.
I just think I think China is
Dancing
thirsty for our sort of content. They're just like, we need just a bunch of white dudes up there talking in their white language, saying white things and just generally being white. I think the Chinese girls,
Oh yeah.
they're kind
They
of
have
into
John
that sort
Cena
of thing.
doing that.
Yeah.
Well
John
done.
Cena.
Yeah, like didn't you hear that one meme of him like apologizing for saying that Taiwan is a country?
John Cena. I think we should just ditch this American market, no offense, chat, and we should just go be super famous in China. What do you guys say?
I do speak Chinese.
Ni hao.
That is.
Tell me, say something.
Say something in Chinese.
What do you want me to say though?
Anti-disestablishmentarianism.
Wait, is that Japanese?
It was about 90% right.
That was.
So
that
you
was
had it there.
Yeah.
That was-
Anyone like they would be able to
Faisal.
understand. I just
Faisal, do you know what that
take some
means?
time
That
to
was
process.
that was Japanese because you sounded too angry. The Chinese don't get that angry.
No, Japanese has one of the weirdest accents ever because they add shit that's not actually there. It's not like saying the word wrong, but like my name's John.
Yeah.
John Ward. My name in Japanese would be John Wardu. I'm like, that ain't an accent. You added shit that's not there. You said everything in my name, and then you just added ooh at the end. Like, if you can say Wardu,
Like Canadians. when
they can say
alien.
Wardu, but they can't say Ward. It's fucking crazy. I shit you not. And they,
Wait,
if you
why?
listen, like Boss Rutan was this MMA type fighter back in the day in Pancrase in Japan, and they called him
sexual consent and
Basu Rutanu, and he said the same shit. He's like, "What the fuck are you adding? It's not an accent anymore. You're adding shit that's not there." It'd be like if Ichiro Suzuki, and we called him like Ichiro, and then added 4 syllables, and then Suzuki and added 5 syllables. It's like that's not an accent. You're just adding shit. Yeah, so that's my pet peeve with the Japanese accent.
Doing the consensual sex
Like your
at
name,
Nanking.
your name would be like Mihailiu.
Ew.
Shogoru. And it'd be like, there's no ooh. Just you
Shoguru.
said Shogor, stop. Just stop right there and don't add the ooh. You got it. And they can do it. Shogor ooh.
That makes sense.
It's the weirdest accent ever.
Shamana. Here you go.
It's like a Canadian. when
Jaku
they say
Ketnaru.
Banzai.
Don't look at me. I don't want to speak.
I remember
like
playing World of
show.
War, like the Call of Duty game. I think it was Call of Duty 4 at the time.
I speak American proudly.
I was always terrified of the Japanese soldiers because they would just charge at you, yelling "Banzai!" and they come stab you with a bayonet.
Well, okay, so actually, so my grandfather served during World War II, and he, during Iwo Jima.
Like in a restaurant?
Guadalcanal. No, he was in the Marines.
Is your
He was
grandfather
a
named
sergeant.
Ira Hayes?
Okay. Anyway.
What's his name?
Call
Shiba
him
Inu?
drunken Ira Hayes. He
Don't make fun of my
answer
grandfather.
anymore.
I'm not.
Don't
making
make fun of
you.
my grandfather.
I'm making fun of you. Your grandfather
The
seems all
Marine
right.
that went to
He and I were
war.
pretty good friends. We actually hung out a little bit.
Oh, I'm
but
sure you did. Yeah.
Michael, I'm not so sure about. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Tell your story.
Anyway, while he was out there, there were only 3 things he ever mentioned when he came back to America from serving in all those battles. And
Herpes?
No. First, he loved soy sauce. After.
Fair.
He would put it on his
Pretty fair.
He would put it on his pierogies, which it's good on pierogies.
He put soy sauce on his pizza?
I don't know about that.
Pierogies.
I don't know about that.
Anyway, I don't use soy sauce anymore because for obvious reasons, but back in the day they didn't know that. So then the second thing was he constantly would espouse his racism towards anyone who looked Asian. He would if you looked even remotely similar to that, nope, you were not allowed in his house. And then the third thing was
Fair.
And the third thing was
Fair.
During the battles, after somebody would die, and like all throughout the nights while he was sitting in the trenches on these islands, the Japanese would shout over some word that meant "eat shit" apparently, and it was like apparently "sicky boo how." That's what they said. But we've tried looking into it ever since, and we don't think that was ever actually a real word.
Sick. Oh, I unplugged my headphones again.
Sicky boo how is what he described it as, and I have never once heard that. And like I've tried asking people, I don't think it ever exists. So my grandfather.
Too bad we don't have a resident imperialist here to explain this to us.
Well, okay.
Let's see what's going on here. There we go.
Yeah.
You were stepping on my headphone cable, Michael.
I would agree, Lan Solo. There were quite a few of his friends that he lost during those battles. He knew several of the people that planted that flag during Iwo Jima, that famous.
Ira Hayes?
Who
Andrew Jackson?
Ira Hayes.
The drunken Indian? Whiskey drinking Indian?
Andrew Jack?
Ira Hayes.
It's good. Okay.
Ira Hayes?
But among the men who held it high was the Indian Ira Hayes.
He would put his soy sauce on pierogies. So like the Polish thing. Yes. He'd like on his cheese pierogies, he would pour soy sauce after he would put on like the butter or whatever he had. Like he was a classic Polish American immigrant. Yeah, that's what he did.
Pierogies are pretty good. I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Pretty good ass. I don't know about soy sauce, but I don't know about any of that nonsense. But like some sour cream and chives.
I don't know. Do you ever put bacon on it? That's pretty good addition. Put a little bacon
You
on
literally said in this show that your like bacon gets put in too much shit.
Yeah, but pierogies isn't one of them. I'm just like I think
Fair.
wrapping things in bacon is just doing too much sometimes.
Yeah.
Bacon wrapped pierogies.
It's I don't know if they're doing it for aesthetic purposes or just.
So usually,
Also, bacon in America is kind of weird. Like bacon in Hungary is like way thicker cut. Like it's like a quarter of an inch thick.
I mean, you can cut bacon that way if you want
Wait,
to.
Sandman.
But we don't.
Is that true? Because if so, that would be the funniest fucking thing ever. I need to look that up now. Because if that's so, I need to report that back to my dad. That's fucking funny.
Bacon and butter. There you go. About once a week, I'll take a pack of bacon and I'll cook it in butter, and then take all that liquid and then put it back in the fridge, and then there's my bacon butter for the week.
My dad does that actually.
It's fucking delicious.
Yeah. Definitely not good for you though.
It's incredibly good for you.
It clears all your arteries.
It doesn't do any of that. It's good. Animal fat is great for your body. Ask RFK Jr., bro. Beef tallow, bro.
Beef tallow,
bro. Tallow.
As he cooks a pig.
Eating some McDonald's.
I don't know. I think The processed pork that you're getting from the grocery store is
That's
probably
funny
full
as
of
all
chemicals.
hell.
I don't disagree that like store-bought bacon's maybe not the best bacon,
Well,
but
that just shows how much my grandfather disliked those people. after
animal
he would
fat
fight
is
them
so.
all day.
You know what? Have you ever watched that show Alone, where they go survive
Yeah.
allegedly? Well,
We should make Jack do that.
It's all about whoever wins is whoever gets the most animal fat.
Oh well, then it would probably be.
I'd be down to actually do a competition
like survival.
Yeah, all of us have to go in the woods and we get like a spot. Whoever stays out there longest.
Absolutely dominate that, even just out of willpower.
No, I would kill you.
Have you done that before?
No, I mean I'd literally spear you to death.
I think that
I'm not saying I'd survive. I'd just come kill you. Were you ever actually done that? Like were you a Boy Scout?
I was not. My one friend, he was an all-white Eagle
funny.
Scout.
Thank
Never, every time I do anything.
The Eagle Scouts are the ones that don't know how to do that sort of thing. It's like the kids who quit a little bit before that are usually pretty good at the survival stuff.
I love how with that context, then he just translated something that was kind of nice into just the worst thing ever.
Well, in Boy Scouts, there's a wilderness survival thing you can do, and I think it's like 2 or 3 nights in the woods, and they give you 1 match and 1 hot dog.
Okay.
It's really not that hard. Like 3 days, you could just not
Don't
eat anything.
sit on it, Michael.
That's wild. It would probably have to.
Now would be a tough time of year to do that up here in Pennsylvania when all that, like, what would you eat? There's the plants are going away. You'd have to know snaring.
We'd have to do it in the summertime. Otherwise, Jack might actually die. Jack would just freeze to death because he wouldn't want to lose. And
dude, I'd be super down for that.
I would.
Jack's phone. Actually, Jack would be the first one out because his phone would die in like 20 minutes, and then he'd be wandering around the woods with the charger in his hand, trying to find an outlet.
Jack, do you think you could start a fire without like a lighter?
Yeah, you just rub like 2 sticks together. Right?
You got it, man.
You ever seen the show, Dude, You're
My
Screwed?
money's on Jack. He understands.
He's got it. He'll figure it out from there. You ever seen the show, Dude, You're Screwed?
Dude, no, I haven't.
I think it was like 4 ex-Navy SEALs, and like once a year, one of them would get kidnapped by the other 3 and not know, and then they just get dropped in like a random location to survive. But they were always carrying things on them and trying to hide them because they would get dropped in the clothes they were in. So they'd have like when they'd like wrangle them and tie them up or whatever, they'd be like pulling like pocket knives out of their pocket. So like, oh, you thought you were gonna have this one? You had a flint and steel in your sock? Oh, nice job, buddy. Nice job. We should do it like that. Like randomly once a year, one of us gets pulled and dropped off in the middle of the woods.
You went outdoors in the winter here in Pennsylvania with absolutely no tools whatsoever. You would, I think most people would die. You'd have to be insanely resourceful and lucky.
What's your first move? What's your first?
If you just got dropped out with nothing, like, do you even have clothes?
You have the clothes you're wearing.
You're fucked, basically. We're imagining a scenario where like you can't walk to a town or anything. You're just in the Pennsylvania winter climate, but it's like prehistoric in a sense. Is that what we're talking about?
Jack would follow a lightning.
Like, because if you're in 2024, what you would do is try to find other fucking people. Like, that's really all you could do.
No, that goes against the spirit of the game.
Yeah, so then what would you do? I mean, you'd be fucked. Oh, man. You could, no, you wouldn't really have any fishing line, and I don't know what you could make. You'd have to take your shoelaces.
That's your first move is I need to go catch a fish?
Your very first move, excluding you can't find people.
I just took the blindfold off and you see tail lights
while
driving
you
away.
have calories to burn, you want to build your shelter. That's what you want to do while you have the energy to do it. But you have no cutting tool,
deer
like
hunting up here.
nothing.
Yes.
What would you try and
I would find
on your
evergreen
first-
woods, and I would try to build a layer from the bottom to the top, like shingles, like a waterproof shelter.
I'll give you a
of some
single
sort.
hatchet like the book.
A single hatchet? Well, that would make the shelter like a one-day task then. So you use the evergreen because of for a bazillion different reasons, and one of them being they still have needles on them and stuff. And then you create a frame over against a tree or like under a rock would be even better. But
Sort of like a teepee looking thing.
well, it's just like when you lay tiles on a roof, you lay the bottom layer first, and then a layer above that overlapping, and a layer above, so that the water always runs onto another layer of tile, and it's actually pretty good for water. I mean, staying dry would be massively important. Once you get your shelter pretty much under control, if you have a hatchet, again, it should be like one day, and you should get that done as fast as possible. Then you need fire. You need heat and warmth.
You need heat and warmth.
And there, you can find flint in Pennsylvania, and if you have the hatchet, you can do the old flint and steel. But if you can't do that, you got to fucking friction fire that shit, and that is hard. And so I would probably use the hatchet, and I would get a piece of wood and get some fat wood from near the crotch of a pine tree where the resin from a dead branch all collects, and it's basically like an oil impregnated piece of wood.
That's sick, Mo.
And you would shave off pieces of that with your hatchet into little fine flakes, and then you would try to start a friction fire probably with that, because I don't really know what else sort of kindling you could get in the wintertime.
Well, I mean,
especially if there was like snow on the ground, you have to use fat wood basically.
Well, if it's, well, yeah, I was gonna say if there wasn't any snow like down here half the time, it might.
Well,
be
right
easier
now it would
because
be not so
dry.
bad, but yeah, I'm just like imagining in the middle of the winter, and if you have a hatchet, that again, that right off.
How many days do you think you could survive?
he's gonna kidnap
Of
you
like
now.
wintry coldness, like below freezing temperatures.
Do you think you could survive the entire month of February, the shortest month?
If I went in like as I am right now, yeah, probably. You wouldn't even need to eat a single bite of food. Probably, I could probably make it.
Well, all right, so let's say if we raise $5,000 from now until the first day of February in super chats, we send you. But you don't get to know where exactly you are.
It would probably need to be more than $5,000 if I had to shut this down for a whole month.
Well, that's what we're here for.
$10,000.
And you could even make content out of it. I could go.
Yep.
We could make a little streamer backpack for you, and you'd just be wandering around the woods all day.
Yep.
It'd actually go up.
Can we get Starlink?
Yeah, you could get the mobile Starlink for sure.
10,000.
Yeah. If people want to watch me go winter survival, I would try it.
Have you ever seen there were a couple other survival shows that were like really good. Like Wilderness Survival was one of them. There was another one with the two dudes. What was that one called? They would always switch out over time. I forget. There were like several different hosts on that show. I forget which one it was, but there were a couple of them that were pretty cool. I watched
One thing I would need to brush up on quite a bit is snaring. So that you would have to snare. So around here there's like what, deer? That to get a deer you're gonna have to build a bow and arrow, which I like know, and I know you would need to find black walnut. That's what you want.
Jerk. Good joke.
But like you don't even have a knife, I guess. So again, if you have a hatchet, you could cut. But if you didn't even have a hatchet, like think about how hard that gets to do anything at all, to cut anything. Like you can't shape
All right,
wood.
I will give you one, not a pocket knife, but I'll give you a Leatherman.
Jesus.
I would almost rather have a Leatherman than have a hatchet.
It's more useful. You got
I
all
can
the
also
different
lash the hatchet to the end of a stick, or the Leatherman to the end of a stick, and then I have a hatchet. So same fucking, need a blade on a stick. That's a hatchet.
A blade on a stick.
In a way, it would
Tie
be
a
very
rock
effective.
to it for some weight.
Ellen DeGeneres.
Actually, John,
attaching
no.
things together is one of the toughest
We
parts.
should make you go through all stages of humanity in the month of February. You have to start at the Stone Age and then work your way up.
When I come out, I should be driving a Tesla.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Put me in the woods.
Has
1
he
month
gone to the
later,
moon yet?
Come out.
Keep him in there.
Come out and fucking SpaceX. Yeah, sure. Sounds fair. Yeah, just liquid oxygen propellant. Fucking, yeah, that's reasonable.
Ends up coming out with
Naked
really
and
long
afraid.
hairs.
So what I did is I took this twig and then I made a flight controller.
John.
Comes out with really long hair,
John.
shredded clothes.
John.
I'm not the same man anymore.
John, you also have to be naked and afraid.
Naked and afraid, yeah.
And you have to be the new GIF of the helicopter. There you go.
The what?
You have to be the new helicopter and GIF. There you go. That meme you were talking about earlier.
The helicopter? I don't know. You
The
talking about
fucking-
meat spin?
Yes, the meat spin, fucker. Damn it.
Have you ever seen the Nigerian or the I forget what country it is? The African people trying to build a helicopter?
Oh, many versions of it, and it's fucking hilarious. Yeah. There's a
so
bit more
funny.
to it than that, gentlemen.
Well, we have our best scientist on the job. And it cuts to this freaking helicopter.
Have you ever
It's like
heard about the
oil barrels?
Have you ever heard about the wheel theory?
The wheel theory.
Yeah.
No, I guess.
Okay. I'll have to. So basically, it's this thing used by.
We're past 8 o'clock, by the way.
We are past 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, we want to wrap.
Jack,
up
you
then?
just been lurking back there, just enjoying this conversation, drinking your water.
Yeah, I have like no hunting experience, so I have no frame of reference.
You weren't a Boy Scout or anything?
I was, but I was like really young.
He was a Cub Scout.
You were a cub.
He didn't like all the touching.
Well, we should go camp. We'll go wilderness. We'll wilderness survival it here in February. Why not?
Heck yeah, all of us.
Not we.
Kale, you're coming too.
Us.
Kale,
Not
you're coming
anyone
too.
else but John. And we're gonna see what he's made of.
I'll do it.
Okay. Well, $10,000 before then.
I just think.
Does it have to be a month? Can it be like a week?
No.
A month is so long. Like, I have a life, man.
Yeah, that's the challenge. Anybody can go out there for a week.
Find a bear.
A month, I might not come back. I might get too into it.
Turns into Tarzan.
Yeah, fucking deerskin suits and shit running around like it become a legend of Central Pennsylvania.
We find him 3 weeks later. He's just like in the scene of Freddy Got Fingered where he's across the road with a deerskin over.
That is a great movie. I love Freddy Got Fingered. That's such a great movie.
Backwards man, backwards man. Backwards man, backwards
said,
man.
I'm
I can
black,
walk
we
back
don't
fast
do
as you
that,
can.
Mike.
I can walk back fast.
I've never seen that.
It's so
Kale
good.
hasn't done a lot of camping, I would suspect.
Kale, come. The African Air Force.
Well, we are like 10 minutes past 8, and then not to, beat the old dead horse or anything, but so we have a potential plan for February, which is fun, which is me dying in the cold.
Yep. Naked and afraid.
We'll have to
The fuck?
come up with a hard set of constraints for me, and I'll tell you, I probably would agree to do.
This would be John Ward if we left him in the woods.
I'd like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony.
What is going on in that scene? Like, I'm missing context. Like,
that's the whole movie,
Pretty
dude.
much, yeah. That's accurate. That's more like the Deacon Mojack.
What is the movie about? I'm so confused.
Freddy Got Fingered.
It's Freddy Got Fingered, bro.
Pretty self-explanatory.
Come on, man.
I've never seen it.
Try to get his script.
Oh.
So he's like an animator. The main character, he's played by Tom Green, and he
Tom
his whole
Green.
shtick is that he's trying to get his cartoon off the ground, and he just does a bunch of stupid shit trying to get the agent's attention.
Oh. Okay.
Quickly, so yes, if you're still with us, so there's not going to be a show Thursday. It's Thanksgiving. We're all going to be in different places. Kale and some other people, they're all out of town already.
Yep.
But so we'll be back with the next.
That's the secret Rothschild mating ritual.
There you go. We'll be back with the next Cider House a week from Thursday, a week from Thanksgiving. But other than that, we're pretty much there. I don't want to drag it out unless you guys have stuff you want to keep talking about.
Okay.
Loving these copyright strikes, Mihai.
Yeah, well, cut it out.
This is a good song.
What the fuck? God damn.
What are you doing to that horse?
This is a stud farm, boy.
I want to try the horse.
Hey, don't
I want to try the horse. This is me, Daddy.
This is disgusting. That's
holy shit, man.
That is
Holy shit.
That's
Well,
disgusting.
I hope everybody enjoyed Mia's last night of
Put
producing.
that on Meat Spin.
Okay. Mihai is a zoophile.
Mihai, I told people to watch this show to watch you be a producer, man. I was like, hey, check this out. This is the one to
That's
watch.
a good job.
Mihai is a zoophile confirmed. The last thing I wanted to hit, though, John.
Holly is disgusted.
You know the word for it, though. That's concerning.
Show that to her.
What?
You show that.
Zoophile.
Yeah.
That's just, I'm trying to
Person
sum
who
up
loves
Freddy Got
zoos.
Fingered in 2 scenes.
It's a person who loves zoos.
Okay.
Well, we lost copyright like 50 times anyway, so it's all good.
Anyway,
It's all good.
I was
Anything else that anyone wants to say before I wrap this thing up? Jack, starting with you.
Everyone wants it to end. So
Jack, have a good Thanksgiving, man.
Fair enough. All right.
Have a good Thanksgiving. When's your next video coming out, Jack?
I still have to finish editing, but I'll probably get it out.
Kale, this is what happens when you aren't
Hold on,
here.
Jack's talking. When?
I'll probably get it finished over Thanksgiving break, honestly.
Nice. Alrighty, sweet.
I'm just enjoying watching all the shock reaction comments come in from that last video. John
You
Warren.
effectively have ended the show, Mihai. Good
I
job.
think that is a natural ending point.
That was,
Unless Michael has something he wants to say here.
that was disgusting.
Do you remember the order of events for shutting down a stream?
I'm going to try to remember them right now.
I wanna be an airborne ranger. Live me a life of sex and danger.
everybody.
I wanna be.